Jeff the drunk is here, and I'll be honest, I'm not in the mood for him.
Oh, my. See, now you made it. I told you not to have him here for
but I said he could hang out. I don't have to have him in here the whole show.
Why are you in the mood for me?
But they've put up balloons and everything like it's going to be a whole bit.
Right.
And I got nothing from dude. Like, some of the guys wrote me notes, and they said, wouldn't it be funny if Jeff the drunk came in and in order to hang out, he's got to, like, hang. He said he wants to be a carpenter, let him hang a picture. Like, watch him hang a picture, or there was something else. What was the other thing, Benji?
Do things, huh?
Was there gift wrapping involved, or was that not approved?
Like, you know how he says he wants a job, so we could try different jobs and see if he could do it with one arm?
Yeah.
But I don't even care. I'm just, I like Jeff, and he's funny and stuff, but he insists on coming down here, and, like, if we have something for him to do, we give him a call. And then he's involved in something, like to judge something or to meet someone.
This never works out, and we do it every year.
Yeah. And he goes, come on, let me come down for my birthday. And it's like, he's a nice guy. Oh, then we wanted to robo-spank his blister on his ass.
That I think we should still do.
Yeah. Hey, how old is he?
You know what? He's exactly my age.
39?
No, he turned 40 today. Because I'm going to be 40 in October. I'm like 4 months younger. So he's turning 40. This is a big one. So maybe he should get 40 spanks on the robo-spank. Exactly. Yeah, what about that?
See, I thought you should have a gay guy come down and spank him.
Yeah.
We should have had that guy, that master dude.
Next year.
No. You're not doing that.
We got to have a gay guy around
Who's
here.
your daddy?
Hey, Gary, who's on the air right now over at OutQ?
I know, it's Larry Flick and his whole gang. They're on every morning.
The gay gang.
Can they spare a gay guy?
Why don't you ask those guys if they can come down and spank Jeff?
All right, I'll go down right now. You want me to? I'll go ask him right now.
Put on a long gay record.
Can we listen in?
Yeah,
take a mic with you.
Wait, what?
Hold on, let me figure out how to do that. Give me 2 seconds.
Tell him to play like a whole Journey album.
Right.
What, do they got a gay zoo down there?
It's the gay channel.
I can pull up the gay channel. All Gary's got to do is walk in.
Oh, that's right.
They got nothing going on over there, right? Except gay stuff.
That's what I'm doing. I'm having Scott work on it for you right now.
All I got to do is hit this thing, right? Let's see. I got a computer right here with it.
I bet on any given day we see more dick on this show now.
Let's see. Does this work? This doesn't work. I don't even know how to work it.
Let's do a gay talk up.
I'll figure it out. Let's see. Turn that shit off.
Now, is Randy Jackson playing the bass on that song?
Yes. Let me see. Where's OutQ? How do you find anything on here?
What's in alphabetical order this way?
All right, I found it.
And just bring it up on the right one.
I know.
2 misdemeanors. Fearing they couldn't convince a jury, it was solely a felony hate crime.
Hey, they're doing gay news.
What is happening in the gay news?
Sounds like regular news.
Sounds like a gay guy got beat up.
The couple say they feel let down.
It's been hell, but I hope that people...
It's like gay guys getting beaten up?
Yeah.
What this does to people.
Her faces 6 months in jail and 3 years probation when he's sentenced next Friday. Michael Wengert, Sirius OutQ News.
The wife of former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey is striking back after appearing on Oprah.
Wow, these fucking guys, all they talk about is gay shit.
McGreevy's like a home run for them.
He's the poster child.
I was wondering, are they siding with McGreevey and not the wife?
How could they side with McGreevy?
I am a gay American. Those in the crowd sided with the former First Lady of New Jersey.
I hope she gets millions because he went first. Had he not done it, I would have not been here.
Mrs. McGreevey told the crowd she wrote the book because she was tired of other people concocting her life story, and she wanted the truth to be known.
Wow, gay news.
Yeah.
You know what I love about the fact that McGreevey has all this crap going on is the Red Sox, when they won the World Series, they wrote a song about all Red Sox fans leading a charge after the Red Sox won, and the head guy that leads the charge is McGreevey. Oh, McGreevey, he's a
Is any of those guys going to come down and spank?
So you want me to, I'll go down there, and my question is, we need some gay guys to come down and spank Jeff the drunk for his 40.
Give him 40 spanks.
No fucking way.
I'll go down right now.
Let's tell Jeff what's going on.
Okay, let me get Jeff in here.
Get him in here real quick for his birthday. This is going to last 5 minutes.
We got a surprise. I remember he knew the exact amount of steps it took out of the Port Authority from the bus station to get to a bar that he liked drinking at. That was open at 4 a.m. when he got here, or 5 a.m.
Imagine being such an alcoholic that you have to know where... Hey, Jeff.
He'd go 38 steps.
We decorated the studio for your birthday.
I see that.
Yeah. Hope you appreciate it.
Me and you were the same age. Look at that white beard, man.
Sorry.
What? Oh, my God.
I thought that was...
No, you can't put anything there.
Gary, can't you build
that was... Sorry, Robert.
Gary, can't you build a shelf for Jeff's beers?
No, I thought I could use that shelf.
A loser shelf?
I've been thinking about that dead arm you have.
What's up, Artie?
I've been thinking about that dead arm you have.
Yeah.
You should cut it off. I'm thinking about it, yeah. You know, man, because you get a hook and you'll be able to use it, and you don't have to walk around with a sling.
How far up is it dead?
Up to my shoulder.
Yeah.
Whole thing is going to come up.
Shoulder.
It's useless anyway. You might as well. It's not like you're getting laid. Like, he's like, well, if I don't have my arm, like, chicks aren't going to dig me, but chicks don't dig you anyway. So maybe even with the hook...
It's not.
With the hook, you might have a whole new life. Like
I don't know that he could use a hook.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
He doesn't have any control up there.
Well, why doesn't he talk to a doctor? No, he has that hook, like, you know that guy, what was that movie, you know, with Peter Sellers?
Yeah, no, he could use
like
a hook.
Peter Sellers. Oh, you mean the Dr. Strangelove?
Dr. Strangelove. Remember that guy? Like, you could just, like, move your arm with your other arm and, like, position it and shit, like a Barbie doll.
It wouldn't work.
It's better than walking around with a sling with a dead arm hanging off it.
The guy in Young Frankenstein had it, too. The head of a police department.
Yeah.
Kenneth Mars. You could do that.
I don't know.
Would you grow, like, more facial hair? Yeah. Like, it's vile. Why don't you trim that thing?
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't know. It's white.
You like it?
It's sophisticated. He looks like a writer.
Kiss him.
Right.
No, it's a dude. You kiss him.
Don't you think he should get the fake arm?
Yes, I agree. I mean, because the sling is so... It just looks obsolete.
And the hand hanging out of it looks weird.
And you got to put a sling on every day. What the... That thing ain't coming back.
And now with people like Heather... Look, Heather Mills did a vile thing. She ripped off one of the most beloved singers in history, and people still kind of don't hate her that much. You could get so much sympathy, man. Nowadays, guys with the fake arms, the hooks, you'd be pussy heaven. They'd love you.
Fake arm means pussy?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you, like, and then I'm thinking, you get the arm off, and we could hang it in our studio.
You get the sympathy thing.
We'll put it in a glass case.
It's got to be holding you back.
Can we have your arm? Would they allow that? Like, if he said, look, I want to save my arm and put it in a glass case, would they allow it?
You could put a taxidermist could, take care of it, yeah.
Stuff it. What, are you going to hang it right there in the corner?
Yeah.
Put it next to Beetlejuice's head.
If we stuffed it.
And you could always come visit it.
Oh, my goodness.
We could make it a Sibian attachment. We could just...
Howard, you know what's weird about Jeff, besides almost everything? He sweats profusely, but doesn't do anything. Like, his whole... The drips are coming down the side of his head.
That's why he's not fat. It's good metabolism.
Yeah, why are you sweating so much?
I always sweat.
Yeah, like, what... Yeah, I'm seeing that. Like, it's dripping...
These lights.
No, you were sweating in the green room.
I know.
There's light in there, too.
What do you think's wrong with you?
What do you think's wrong
It's just
with you? Where do you start?
Why does he sweat so much?
I've always been like this.
He's a sweaty guy. You know, some people have that thing where they just sweat.
The guy drinks
He's got that, too.
800 ounces of alcohol a day. Seriously, like, you'll drink, what, a six-pack or 2 six-packs a day, at least?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, it's disgusting.
Probably. And how come you're so gray at 40? Is that a thing in your family, or you're very gray for 40?
Yeah.
He's distinguished.
See, he looks like he's 70.
Yeah.
I'm only 40.
I know, you look like you're 70.
And a day, thanks to Toby fucking Maguire.
Yeah, why did we have him in instead of you?
That bastard.
All right, you're going to get 40 spanks from gay guys down at OutQ. Else we're throwing you out of here.
Not on my Blitzer.
Yeah.
On your Blitzer.
No.
How is the blister?
Blitzer. It's doing all right.
Have you named it yet?
You still have that thing on your ass?
Yeah, it's always there, constantly.
What is that?
It's an open, gaping wound.
Yeah.
It's a boil.
That doesn't sound like it should be there.
You got to get it lanced.
Yeah, I know, but I already went to the doctor.
And
they said, well,
ew.
in order to take care of this, we're going to have to, we'll cut it out, but we'll cut it out, but we don't know if it'll grow back or not.
God, thank
You know
God
what you're
for
like?
doctors. Who still wants to do that?
You're like a guy in a third world country. You read about like this up in third world countries, like you get a boil and you die.
That's right, it kills you.
Yeah, like it's like he's living in a third world country.
All the whack packers, like, who gets the gout anymore? I mean, you know, I mean, they're going to get stuff like scurvy. We
got 2 with gout, 1 with a blister.
Leprosy.
Who nowadays, it's 2007, who do you know that can't get rid of a blister?
Stop. Does he take a bath ever?
Yeah, what do you wash your ass?
You're like, can't you take care of that?
Every day, thank you.
God, you know, every time people hate doctors, they resent their money. I see a doctor in a Jaguar, I always got to remind myself, they lance Jeff's blister.
Right.
They deserve that money.
I mean, if you had to take a look at that Jaguar and see how they got that money.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
Imagine he walks into your office. I got a blister for the last 10 years, and they pull on his pants and there's blood all over his ass.
Oh, God, I quit.
No. Okay, I'm done.
The smell.
I took an oath, but you and that Hippocratic mother...
Howard, the smell is unbearable, because when that time that we pulled his pants down, it was all bloody, and it just reeks. Like
the boil smells?
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
Look where it is.
It's on the ass.
Can't help it.
Think about it, bitch.
Combination of a rotten blister and Jeff's ass smell.
Hey,
that ain't a potion for fun. That ain't love potion number 9.
Which cheek can they spank the gay dudes?
my left cheek.
Left cheek, all right.
40
spanks.
40?
From gay dudes.
40, not 46.
40.
40.
And 1 for good luck.
I suppose.
You better hit him a few times if you want him to get
And I ain't going to be on that robo-spanker. Whoa.
No, we're getting you some human touch.
No, we're getting you gay dudes.
Some gay dudes. Ooh. They better not be fingering my asshole.
Yeah, they can't wait to feel.
I think this is the only ass that will turn them off.
Yeah, good. I think they might go straight.
Thank God. That's all I can think.
Believe me, Jeff, I'm with them every day. They don't hit on me. There's a reason for that. They're not going to hit on you either.
Sweet.
You're such a magnet.
They're not going to go, spank? Do I have to stop at spanking them?
Jeff,
Can I finger them?
You know how many girls hit on you? Same amount of guys are going to hit on you.
Yeah, I find that directly proportional myself.
Yeah, it's funny that way.
Hey, Robin.
Yes?
Mr. X. No more. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Mr. J.
You know what's going on. Mr. J is going down.
All right.
You know what that means.
Mr. J the drunk.
We'll see you later.
Sometimes that doesn't work.
Yeah, like now.
Like never?
That's how you call a horse.
You don't call a horse like that.
Sure you do.
Giddy up.
No. Yeah.
That's it. Hey, good job.
You must be a real cowboy.
What do you want us to do for your birthday, dude? I'm bored with your birthday. I mean, like, I'm not even sure why you're here. You've lasted in here way longer than I thought you would.
Are we going to go to Scorch?
No.
Robin.
I told you, you're going to be all alone here in New York today.
You can give me a massage with a happy ending.
Yeah, I could, but I won't.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to get you out of here now.
Mr. X.
But if we get the gay dudes down here, we'll get you back in. What?
I got my song.
What song?
Family Tradition.
What's that?
Where is it?
I gave it to Will.
Oh, what, do you got a soundtrack?
Yeah.
And you're going to sing live? All right, after you get spanked.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right.
All right, Carl.
Okay.
There he goes. Gary yells at him.
He's got on a Hooters T-shirt.
Who's going to boil those headsets now?
Imagine when he comes in from Hooters.
Those girls have to sit with him?
Ronnie was saying Jeff the drunk is banned from Scores. Something went down there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what, but I'm sure he was inappropriate. You know? Oh, Sour Shoes won. I'm a gay papa. From Mark Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a gay papa, behaving so luxurious. watching my kids. I'm generous as well.
He's a great guy.
I'm a gay papa. I'm funny and enjoyable.
You know,
Timberland is
I guess
such
the
a
tree
genius.
doesn't fall far from the faggot's ass.
No way.
All he needs is a good producer, I'm thinking.
I'm sure. You know, I'm going to write a song from the perspective of his children. It's called I'm a Suicidal Son.
I got to tell you, I'm sitting here going, all right, Jeff the drunk came in for his birthday, and then I sort of was riffing with him, and I figured we'll go down to OutQ and get those guys to spank him. And then Gary goes, do you want me to go down, Wolf, and get the guys?
You mean he's not down there? We've been waiting.
No, I'm just like, and I said to Gary, I said, you know what, who gives a shit?
I know, but I thought he was just going to do it. I mean, if you have to think about it this long, you're not going to want to.
You know, the reality is we go down to OutQ, then the gay dude down there is a good sport. He'll come down and hit Jeff, and who the cares? I'll tell you what we could do with it.
Let's have him spank him off the air. That'd be worse.
Yeah. And by the way, and Jeff has this gross blister on his ass, and I don't even want
Guy has to wear gloves.
The guys from TV have a big piñata there with a six-pack in it. I'll let him hit the piñata if he gets in a bikini. How's that? There you go. Hey, Jeff, come in here for a second. I got an idea for you. Screw spanking you, because, you know what? I really don't want to see the gay guy spank him.
All right.
Do you guys? Do you see any
Well, if he was going to get paddled, he should be paddled by a gay guy.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jeff, I don't even want to see you get spanked by a...
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care.
Me neither.
I tell you what, I got a thing for your birthday.
Yeah, you want me to wear... You want me to wear a bikini.
You get in a bikini, you see that piñata? It's got a six-pack in there. If you blindfold you, and then you break it open, you win a six-pack.
We bought you a gift.
Budweiser?
I believe it is. Is it a Budweiser?
Yes. F&B.
It's Budweiser. Which bikini? Well, give him the bikini rack.
Oh, my God.
You get in that, and then you can...
Oh, that's your color.
It's a pretty bikini for you.
Hot pink.
Hot pink. It's got a matching top.
That'll match. No, I haven't put the top on.
No, you got to put the top on.
You got to have the whole
thing. Can't put the top on.
We'll help you get dressed.
No deal, then. No beers.
Go thirsty.
I think he's thinking about his arm. We'll help you.
Oh.
Come on. It's a thong. It'll look nice.
Right up the butt, huh?
All right.
All right. Happy birthday. Go ahead. Get in your bikini. Come back in.
Let's do it.
He'll do anything for beer. You know.
Oh, wait. He can't have the beer when it's done.
Shut up, Artie.
How are you and Jeff getting along, Art?
He's mad at me because I haven't given him money for no reason in a while.
No.
Right.
Yeah, so...
What are you mad about?
I know what I'm mad about.
What?
I don't need no headphones. I'm mad about the number that you didn't take. You took away from me.
I want my number. Yeah, you can have my number. I'll give it to you.
Artie.
You know what?
Listen, the last time...
I have Entourage on DVD.
Yeah.
I have not watched it.
Because Artie's in it?
I don't think the DVD of my episode is out yet.
You know, whatever.
He recorded it, is what he said.
DVR, sorry.
Right.
I DVR'd it.
I heard it's going to be canceled.
I haven't watched it yet. And I won't watch it.
Because you don't have my phone number?
No, because I think you lied to me, Artie.
How'd I lie to you?
Because you said, last time we spoke on the phone, you're like, oh, Jeff, we're like really buddies now, aren't we?
Those words never came out of my mouth. But
oh, this is what he really said,
motherfucker.
No, I said we're really buddies now.
No, I swear to God. You said, oh, we're just like acquaintances.
Acquaintances?
What? That's different now. What are you talking about?
You said we're like real companions.
Well, if he said acquaintances...
Are we buddies, acquaintances, or companions?
Whatever. You said it, motherfucker.
Did he say acquaintances or buddies?
He said acquaintances.
Right.
What did he say?
There's a difference.
What?
Acquaintances.
I said, yeah, we're what you call an acquaintance of each other. We see each other sometimes. We know each other from work.
Yeah, you said, like, we're becoming real buddies.
So why are you mad at him for that?
Because
he thinks acquaintances
about a week
are buddies.
later, he fucking changed his fucking number.
I don't think you understand the word acquaintance. He says, in other words, I talk to you on the phone.
Right.
I see you at appearances.
No,
that's not a real buddy.
No, that's not a buddy.
An acquaintance is not a real buddy, pal. I hate to break it to you.
Get out your thesaurus.
My balloon.
What are you doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. You're getting beer all over the mic.
Oops. Sorry about that.
No, he's mad because I don't give him money for nothing anymore. Yeah, you are.
He can't call you for money for nothing.
Every conversation, there's a hint that he might need cash.
Yeah.
And it's always about his bills. And
one time, Artie. That's it.
Do you have friends other than Artie?
No.
I don't have no friends.
Right.
No acquaintances?
No other acquaintances?
I have friends.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
All right, why don't you go get your bikini and you can pop the piñata?
Yeah, maybe Artie will like you again.
Yeah. Maybe Artie will be your friend.
You want $100?
What is he doing?
He's trying to break a balloon with his one hand, and he can't. And he's got a bottle in his mouth.
Jeff, for your birthday, here's
All right,
Jeff, for your birthday, here's $100.
Oh,
Take it.
Goodness, Artie.
Artie.
Why won't you take it?
I'll take it later.
Oh.
He doesn't want to take it on the air.
It down.
I'll be back.
Shithead.
Will's torturing him, make him open the door. Will won't open the door for him?
That's it, he's stuck.
It's like a turtle on his back.
Open the door for him.
Oh, he got it. See, he can do a lot of things.
I'm handicapable.
But the door almost knocks him down once he gets up.
Jeff thinks acquaintances are best friends.
Yeah, you were saying he was your best buddy.
All right, Jeff's going to get in a bikini and break the piñata and win some beer, hopefully, so that he can be even drunker. All right. Come celebrate Jeff the Drunk's 40th birthday this Saturday and Sunday at the No Idea Tavern in Baltimore, Maryland.
Really?
Yeah. For more information, go to therealjeffthedrunk.com. Therealjeffthedrunk.com. He's having a 40th birthday celebration for everyone in the Baltimore area. That's where Jeff is most popular.
Wow.
Will Jeff be there?
Hopefully not. No, he'll be there. He's making an appearance.
If he's not there, it sounds like a fun
I
party.
didn't know he'd be celebrating Jeff's birthday all weekend.
Tyra Banks, what do you want to do? Do you want to listen to Bernard McGurk? I don't. I think he's boring. But Tyra Banks did a So What special. That's pretty good.
You know what? Yeah, we were trying to listen to Bernard McGurk yesterday, and we completely forgot about it. That's how boring it was.
It was so boring, I don't even think we could do it.
Yeah, we couldn't finish it.
So, Tyra Banks, I haven't even heard these clips, but I just can't stand that she's successful.
So what?
I can't stand her. like she's so annoying, and it just really irks me that she's having some kind of success.
How successful is it? I mean, it's successful in the sense that it's still on.
I'm figuring she's on the same, she's got the same kind of ratings that Ellen may have. But
You're hoping, I think.
I was in a drugstore not too long ago, and this woman was walking around with a list. And I said, what's on your list? And she says, oh, Tyra gave us all of her beauty secrets. And I'm buying everything on the list.
Oh, and was the woman a pig?
Yeah. Oh, she's never going to look like Tyra.
Right.
Be born with good genetics.
Yeah.
It's Tyra's beauty secrets. Tyra wouldn't look bad if she didn't have any beauty secrets. Right. The beauty secret is to have good-looking parents.
That's right.
Here's Tyra's So What segment. I thought this might be fun to listen to and goof on.
It all started with a single photo and turned into a media firestorm when I said, kiss my fat ass. What happened after that blew me away. People magazine put all 161 pounds of me in a bathing suit and smack dab on the cover of their magazine. And I told them my body has flaws, and so what? So what?
Starts with great boobs.
Hey, I wonder if Jeff the Drunk's in his bikini.
He's ready. We should get to him because he's
Speaking of boobs.
He's in his outfit.
All right, get him in here. We got the piñata. Lower the piñata for Jeff.
I don't know if I'm ready to see this.
Let's see.
He's in the bathroom now, and he may not come out, so let me work on him. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
Actually, it doesn't look half bad in a bikini.
You know what? He doesn't look that bad. It kind of works for him.
You got to see the blister. The guy said it's like the size of a softball.
Oh.
Wonder what that thing is on his ass.
A blister.
I got to see that up
Might
close.
be the age.
You know, you don't look that bad in a bikini.
Yeah, thanks.
Look at that, man. You look nice. Hey, let me see your blister.
Color.
Turn around. Oh my
Son of a
God.
I didn't see it.
Holy mackerel.
It's like one of them
That's not a
hemorrhoids.
blister.
What is it?
Yeah,
It's leprosy.
Oh, my God. It's a whole cheek.
Your ass is
Jeff,
dead.
what is that? Jeff, you got to get to
Like
a...
an abscess.
Jeff, you got to get to a doctor.
His cheek is going to rot off.
He saw it.
It's like Frankenstein.
No,
Everyone's pushing him
I
around.
And look at those. You got stretch marks on your gut, too.
Oh, well,
So,
shouldn't happen.
what?
So what? You don't look bad in a bikini except for when you turn around and you see that shit all over your ass.
What is that?
That's his ball.
It's in my nut, bitch.
And he's got a big, like, raised mole on his stomach. He's a mess.
Right
Oh,
here.
yeah. What is that?
It's been there for a while.
Let me see. Let me see that.
Zoom in on this, bitch.
Fuck. Turn around again. I got to see that
I
boil.
want to see that, because it looks like an
Oh,
abscess.
my God.
Robin will diagnose you. She was a
That'll
nurse.
be Lance. Oh, Jesus.
What is that, Robin?
Yeah, and it looks necrotic. It looks like everything is dying there. It looks like it's really just a mess.
What is it, though?
It looks like an abscess, you know, some infected
Shit
area.
happens.
Shit happens. But it's gone all into the skin of his buttock, and so it's eroding his entire buttock.
Oh, you know what it looks like?
Necrotic.
Could they fix it?
It almost looks like a bed sore.
Yeah, you'd have to
It
cut it
is.
out now.
It's a bed sore, right?
Thank you, this is
Yeah.
my birthday party. Shut the fuck up.
No, but okay, but a bed sore, dude, people die from them. You got to go get it taken
You
care
have
of.
to cut that out.
You gotta
and
get
let
that-
the
Hook
good
me
skin
up.
Hook
heal.
you up.
Probably need a skin
Hook
graft
me
at
up
this
with the
point.
fucking
When you say-
mother doctor.
Listen to him.
When you say necrotic, what does that mean?
Necrotic. It
What
means
is it?
it's dying. The whole area is like
You know
Why?
what it looks
dead.
like? It looks like if you had
You put the
frostbite.
arrow
Well, what's
right
going up the
there.
crack of his asshole?
The same
That's
thing.
the same
fucking
thing.
bikini.
It's growing. You see, it's like it just keeps getting into more and more areas.
Oh, my God.
That's why you have to cut it out.
It's going to take over his body.
That's the most grotesque thing I've ever seen.
Jeff, you gotta get to a doctor, dude.
Because now it looks like, you know, an alien
Where'd I
stepped on him.
go?
It's got fingers.
I've never seen anything like that.
Send me to one.
Does it hurt?
Walk into a hospital,
Yeah.
like, dude.
It does, right?
And it bleeds. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
I'm
it's
sure. It just keeps sloughing and bleeding and growing.
How does one get something like that?
He got infected, and he's never gotten it taken care of. It's in a dirty area.
Shut up and let me nice.
He sweats all the
It's
time.
fucking you out of down.
And he doesn't, but he's shit. You don't wipe
Plus, he's
yourself.
probably got bad hygiene.
Yeah,
Are you
and
a
it
righty?
gets all in there.
Are you a
I've
righty?
always been.
You've been a righty. So you never
Always.
wipe your ass because you got your right hand's.
That's it.
Oh, that's what's
It's a
going
right
on.
cheek.
It is. You're not wiping your ass right. It's
I
shit.
wipe my
Sweat.
ass
Oh, you
every
know.
day.
I tried to wipe my ass with my left hand once. I got all disoriented. I fell off the bowl and hit my head.
All right, Jeff, put that bottle down so you can break the piñata. All right. Scares me when you hold
You
it
know
on.
what? Robin's right, man. You better, like, you got to do something immediately.
Yeah, they got to cut that out.
Well, you
Bro,
know.
that's really gross.
My old man used to get bed sores from sitting around, and we had to take him.
Well, wipe
immediately
my ass, Artie.
All right,
No.
now, if you blindfold him, you better hold him up. No, don't blindfold him. It's a bad idea. He doesn't need the blindfold. Yeah, but take that off. All right, Jeff.
He's not going to hit the
You're in your bikini. For your birthday, we've gotten you a piñata.
Yeah.
Here's a stick. You can break the piñata, and in it you'll find a surprise.
All right, watch out,
Oh, they
Will.
can't even get the
Wait a
headphones
second. Wait. Let me get the headphones.
I'm going to break you up, bitch.
All right. You hit the piñata and win a
Will,
prize.
get out of the way.
Get out of the way, boys.
Watch out. I'm
And
swinging this.
all right, be careful.
Bam. Get itches.
Yeah, try hitting the piñata. He can't break it.
They're going to be here all day. Hold it. Stop a second. Wait, Jeff. Oh, he broke it.
He did.
He broke it. He broke the piñata.
Nice.
All right, see what's in it. You got a surprise. Oh, he's still hitting it. No, that's not.
Just open
Oh, look
it.
at his ass. Oh, look at the crack of his ass.
Jesus.
That's got to hurt.
Right.
I'm sure it does.
Right.
Oh, whoa.
Easy
Don't bring the studio. He's got so much anger.
Whoa,
That's
Jesus.
probably good for him.
All right. Stop.
Who's grosser, him or High Fitzgerald?
Stop.
That's a race. Jeff! Oh, my God.
Your dead ass is bleeding.
Jeff, you've won.
He's got 2 knots on the top of his head, too.
Let me see the top of your head.
Take this hat off.
Take that hat off. Come on. Your titties are sticking out of your head.
No, move the headphones.
You got 2 knots on your head. Where'd you get those from?
I've had them there forever.
Are those calcium deposits?
You're like the dude in Mass. That's what happened. Mass is all calcium deposits.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. You got to get to a doctor.
You're a filthy human being. You're a filthy organism. You're not even human.
We'll just hit him in the nuts with the piñata stick.
His nut is hanging out.
You're pouring out of your bikini. You know you don't look half bad in a bikini.
You should wear a bikini at the beach.
He's got no dick, too. What the fuck?
All right, give him let him see what's in the piñata.
Open your piñata.
I can't open it.
Help him open it.
I mean, who's going to touch him? He just rubbed his nuts with that hand.
Help him with the piñata and show him what's in it. Here, look what you won. You've got a 6-pack of beer in there, I think. Budweiser.
Oh my God. What's on the top of his back?
I don't know.
That's a microphone.
It's acne.
Oh, I'm getting creeped out.
He's got back knee.
You're going to look great on Howard TV.
Oh, my God.
Maybe a doctor will be watching. Hey, there's some beers for you.
Oh, boy.
How's that, pal?
Nice.
All right. You won Budweiser.
I want my $100, fuck face.
And now it's his $100.
That's not nice.
Here, I got it right here. Take it.
Nice.
Here, you hand it to him. I'm not handing it to him.
I'm going to throw him a case of Heineken, too, that he can take with him.
All right. You got
boy.
Case of Heineken, case of Bud, and a case of whatever that is in your ass. Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. It looks like he was attacked by something.
Jeff, you were a nurse, Robin. Did you ever see an ass like that?
Well, of course, but these people laid in bed all the time.
I don't think that's a real $100 bill.
You're kidding.
Is it not real?
No, it's not real.
I think you're with me, Artie.
Is it a real $100?
It's not. Ew, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my God.
You got to get to a doctor. Never mind $100.
Jeff, look at your ass.
Jeff, look at the screen.
Look at your ass.
Well, stay the fuck away from that.
You got to get fixed. Jeff.
Jason, calm down.
His nut is hanging out of his bikini. All right, Jeff, happy birthday to you. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Is that contagious?
No, it's not contagious.
It's just
what's
sad.
out?
He's, he's just a mess, and so he's never gotten well, and it just keeps growing.
Although it's kind of hot.
Makes him different.
Yeah.
You know, Doug from Howard TV, he just called a doctor friend of his because going to try to see if he can get him down here quick to look at it. And he can't get down here. But he said that, like, Jeff should be in an emergency room. Like, that's really dangerous. It could be infected. He could die.
Let me talk to Dr. Jules, who is on the phone.
Oh, my God.
Hi,
I
Doc.
got some Jules for you.
Yeah.
It's Jules. How you doing?
Hey, are you really a doctor?
Yep. And Doug knows me very well. I'm a dermatologist in the city. I'm off today.
I bet you this would be a test case for you.
In like 20 minutes.
Wait, I'm sorry, Dr. Jules, what did you say?
I could be in your studios in 20 minutes and diagnose.
You want Dr. Jules to come down and take a look?
Why not?
All right, Dr. Jules.
Everybody.
All right, hurry up down here.
All right, let me speak to whoever, get your address.
All right, hold on.
All right.
Because at this point, he has tissue damage. That's why it's all, like, caved in and all that.
Are they going to have to carve that
out?
Yeah.
Jeff, we're getting a doctor down here.
Yeah.
For your birthday.
Thanks.
Do you realize in the world of asses, there's like Carmen Electra's ass, and then you're the complete other spectrum. Like, you're the complete other side of that.
Yeah.
All right,
I
listen.
mean, I've never seen anything like that.
There's a lot to look at on Jeff for a dermatologist.
All right, Jeff.
All right.
Go ahead. Maybe
He's always getting bummed out on his birthday around
Why are you bummed out? We're trying to get you help. What?
Think about my ass.
Jeff, thank God we're getting you some help.
Your birthday.
I know my ass is fucking...
Yeah, but you need help. Try to get...
You know, Jeff, your birthdays always suck, but the good news is this might be the last one.
Would you help him to the couch so he can sit down?
Oh, you want him to sit down?
No, I mean, not this couch. I'm out in the green room.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you take my bowling?
Jeff, stay in your bikini so the doctor can look at your ass.
No, he can look at my ass other ways.
No. He needs the bikini.
You don't need
He wants to see you in a bikini.
And he needs to look at the top of your back, too. I think there's a lot of stuff to look at on you.
Yeah, we need to have everything looked at. We're going to do it here in the studio, so you need to be in your bikini.
Yeah, but he can fucking look at it otherwise.
Stay in the bikini.
Stay in the bikini. Yeah, stay in the bikini. Get over there. Go relax in the other room. And no more beer for now. Relax.
Yeah, wait till the doctor's done with you.
Yeah, you're too drunk.
Fuck you, Artie, and your husband.
Jeff, you're one of the most grotesque breathing things on the planet. Wait, I'll give you, I got a real money here. Here, take it. You want a 20?
All right, Jeff, we'll see you in a few. We're going to get a doctor down
I got a brown 20 like your ass.
We're going to get a doctor down here.
Stop breaking those balloons.
Jeff, you're ruining the festive mood.
Yeah, we decorated.
You're ruining your birthday.
Oh, my God. You know what? I always thought to myself, is he a righty because he can't wipe his ass right with his left hand, and that's what's going on? His mother probably wiped his ass for him.
I don't know, but I love Jeff, and I tell you, that's really alarming, and he's got to get it looked at. He's got to.
Yes, he obviously had some kind of a break that got infected, and he never got it treated, and it just ate its way through.
You know, you're a nurse. You should go treat him.
With what?
You know, when I was
gloves?
Special salve.
When I was in the 7th grade, my buddy Joey Lozito shot me in the ass with a BB gun on 6 pumps, and I had to take anti-infecting, like antibiotics. Otherwise, my ass would have looked like his in high school.
That's right. You'd have that ass.
He probably needs a cycle of strong antibiotics and, as Robin says, maybe even a skin graft.
I think we need some amputation at this point.
Really?
Well, you need to scrape that out. Yeah, you get to some good tissue.
You might have to amputate his ass.
He's losing a cheek, at least.
But it's all in the crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sliding off the cheek into the crack, yeah.
Big episode of Howard TV. Jeff's
and
ass
up
crack.
his back. It's at the top of the crack.
Yeah, it's got its own life.
Let me see who's on our phone.
And then enormous red zits on the top of his back.
That's zits.
Yeah, knots in his head.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Marianne, you're on the show.
You know, Howard, I was calling to wish Jeff a happy birthday, but you make my blood boil. Why don't you pick on somebody your own size? Take your 100 and shove it up your ass. You're a piece of Artie.
We're all busting on him.
You know what? That's not from wiping his ass. That's an infection, and he needs an antibiotic. And I've been telling him, but you know, Artie?
Yeah, but we're getting him help.
We're getting him help, Marianne.
But you're nasty, Artie. You are so nasty.
Is everyone else being nice to him?
Artie, you will never, ever be happy. I don't care how many women you, how much...
Jesus, Marianne.
How many cannolis you eat, you will never be happy. Happy birthday, Jeff. You're a great guest, and I love you. Oh, thank you, Howard.
All right, Marianne,
Bye,
thank you.
cunt.
Thank you.
He's trying to take off his bikini. Tell him to keep it on.
That's your only compliment.
Get down here in a bikini, Marianne.
I wouldn't do that to myself because I know I look ugly. At least I know what I look like, Artie.
We think you're hot. I've said plenty of times you're hot.
Not true.
It has to end with a con because that's your claim to fame, Artie. And if you didn't have Howard, you would not have a job, okay, Artie? War. It's war.
It's war?
Yeah, war.
What do you want to do? What are you going to fight with?
I like to smack you. Get your mother on the phone. Tell her how she raised you like a pig.
Dad, you can smack me. I think that would be hot. Get down here and smack
me.
me.
You probably get turned off to it. You turned on to it.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Jeff. That's what I was calling. But
you got to see Jeff while you're wishing him a happy birthday. It's wonderful.
All right, that's enough of that. All right, thank you.
Wow. Just putting all of his clothes back on. He tore off his bikini. No, the doctor needs to see the top of his back.
I hope they're layering that couch with rubber.
Really? Or fumigating it after.
He really needs help.
Yeah, he's got a lot of skin things going on there.
Yeah. Heather, you're on the air in New York City.
Hi, Howard. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And you know what? That could have all started with a pimple on his butt or something.
I had two things I wanted to ask.
Get the fuck away from me.
What's he doing? Oh, now he's angry.
He gets bummed out on his birthday. He always winds up crying.
And we always end up with him. Every year he comes down here and he gets angry.
Jeff, that room's for Tobey Maguire later. You can't do that.
Jeff, why do you get angry on your birthday?
The fuck out of me.
Jeff.
Jeff, hold on. Howard's talking.
I don't give a fuck.
See, he's all pissed off.
I knew we shouldn't have had him down here. I knew it. Oh, listen, I'm like God.
You're echoing.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff looks like Merle Haggard.
I told you you're going to come down here and get bummed out. I predicted it.
No, he just looks like Haggard. The
Jeff.
horrible.
Merle Haggard.
Jeff, I told you were going to come down here and get bummed out, and you do, every year.
Why do you keep trying to celebrate your birthday with us?
This is the first year I've ever came down on my birthday.
But every time, that's not true. You come down every year.
It's true.
Maybe you drink so much you black out and forget.
Both.
Do you remember coming here last year on your birthday and crying?
I never came down. Fuck you, Gary. You Gary.
Jeff.
You're the asshole.
I told you, you don't even like coming down here, and you keep coming.
It always works out bad.
You get bummed out. We saw the thing on your ass, and now we're trying to get you help, and you get bummed out.
It's not even a thing. It's like...
You knew what's there.
I didn't.
Oh,
no, Jeff, we thought it was a blister.
Right.
That's not a blister.
You, Artie.
It's not a blister. It's
Fuck you, Artie.
Hey, Jeff, what are we doing wrong exactly? You're upset?
We're getting a doctor down
We're getting a doctor.
Yeah, we paid attention to his ass. He always gets upset when you do that.
Do you not want me to get a doctor down here? I mean, I'll respect your wishes.
No, get a doctor.
Jeff.
Shut the f*** up, cunt.
Oh, that's Marianne on the phone.
Oh, it's Heather.
No, that's not Marianne.
Oh, sorry. If it was Marianne.
That's okay.
That's all right. She's a cunt.
Oh, she's a cunt. Thank you, Artie.
Jeffrey, listen to me.
Yeah, what?
I'm trying to help you with a doctor. If it bums you out, then I won't get a doctor.
Oh, yeah, you helped me out a lot.
But don't
Jeff,
you
I don't know what you want from me. You come down here, you know, I don't know what you want from everybody.
Jeff, I've personally given you about $2,000.
Oh,
and what do you do with it?
Artie.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I'm saying...
You are.
What else do you need from us?
Do you not want the doctor? I don't want to upset you on your birthday.
But if he doesn't see a doctor today, Howard, when is he going to see him?
I think no matter what, we should make him see the doctor.
I'm worried about you, honestly. I'm being serious. Yeah. I know you don't think that's true, but I am.
The guy might take you to an emergency room. The guy might go, listen, you got like 2 weeks if you don't take care of this.
Bullshit.
You're not interested in the doctor, or you are interested?
I said I am.
All right. So then don't be bummed out.
No, because you guys are treating me like a f***ing asshole.
Well, when has that ever changed?
We treat each other like assholes. That's what this show is. I mean...
Are you surprised?
I'm thinking of making a movie with him and Bigfoot, like an Abbott and Costello kind of movie. How good would that be? We have another film festival. I'm using you in a movie.
Or Midnight Cowboy.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
You should make a movie about the blob.
I can't quit you.
You should make a movie where, like, Jeff's ass is a monster that attacks a village.
Oh! It's Jeff's ass.
The ass that ate New York.
Jeff, I'm interested in a doctor looking at that, really. I do love you, and I don't want to see you get seriously ill from that. So I think you need to see the doctor, okay? So why don't you relax?
Do you have medical insurance, Jeff?
What do you think?
There's no way, right? Do you? Or any kind of medical insurance?
SSI, what do they call that stuff? Medicaid?
Yeah, but what do you get?
I have SSI.
What do you have?
A fungus. Fuck you, cunt.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Why are you angry with her?
Why do you keep calling Marianne a cunt?
Hang up on that dumb...
She's not saying anything. She's just laughing.
Yeah, she's saying...
I'm not laughing at you, Jeff. God.
Shut the f*** up, cunt.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. This poor woman called in and...
Good. She's breaking up things now.
He just threw something at Ganji.
Jeff,
Jeff, listen.
I'm going to get the doctor down here. I want you to chill out. I think you're very drunk and you're getting very angry.
Jeff, how's this sound, buddy? If the doctor says you have to go to a hospital, I'll take care of it.
Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. And, guys, stop throwing paper at Jeff. Leave me alone.
Stop.
Please.
Fucking bullshit.
Happy birthday.
He comes down here and always hates us. I don't know why he gets involved with us.
Jeff, you know what? I hate to say this, but it's almost time for your cake. And
you're in no condition
we worked hard on it. And
we're just spanking with foot face.
Dominic, what is it?
If Jeff will go to the hospital emergency room, I'll give him a $1,000 birthday gift today in cash, and my driver will take him. We'll just put sheets down in the back of the limo.
Dominic's a man of his word.
He would do that for you.
He got a guy up here in 10 seconds who got me an enormously fat suit.
I'll send my driver in.
Jeff, you hear what Dominic's saying?
Room. He'll have $1,000, $100 bills. When you go through the exam at the hospital, I'll pay for the exam at the emergency room with a credit card, and then you get $1,000 cash when you walk out. Let him put something on there before you die in the next few days.
Jeff, I love what Dominic's saying. Want to take him up on it?
You want to wait for the doctor who's coming here, though, right?
Either way, if he goes, if the doctor's going to tell him to get to the emergency room, that's going to be obvious.
Right.
I mean, he's got to. Robin, you're a nurse. How serious does it look?
Very.
Well, it looks like it needs to be taken care of. It's not like
you know what it looks
he's
like?
going to die imminently, but he needs it taken care of.
It looks horrible, Dominic.
You know what it looks like, Dominic? Did you ever see those documentaries like where some spider in Australia bites a guy and his arm starts to get eaten away? And
well, if it's infected enough, it'll go through his body and kill him.
Jeff,
$1,000
Jeff,
birthday present.
do you hear what? Will you do it?
Yeah.
Yes, he says he'll do it, Dominic.
Tommy will call. I'll get a hold of Tommy right now. He'll be there within.
Dominic Barber, that's very generous. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I like what he's saying.
I'll just put some sheets in the back because it sounds bad.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dominic.
you don't want him sitting on the seat.
He'll go. We'll pay for the emergency room. We'll give him $1,000, $100 bill.
Wow. Thank you, Dominic.
Deal?
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Dominic Barber's a good guy. All right, Dominic, thank you.
Sal just gave him $5 and Jeff scoffed at it. $5. What am I
Well,
gonna
he's
do?
a thousandaire now.
He's got $1,000. What does he need 5 for? Jeff, help is on the way from Dominic Barbara.
I hear the sirens.
Nobody's bringing you an ambulance.
Never met a guy more angry when people
when
help
people
him.
are nice to him.
Yes or no? Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Another
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff the Drunk.
Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Thank you all.
All right, I'm going to let him go chill out. And don't give him anything to drink. I want him to be ready for the doctor's examination. Doug Stanhope is here. He's a great guy, funny guy.
Maybe Doug could help Jeff out.
Let's not celebrate Jeff's birthday anymore.
No. This is it. I can't take it.
I am so bummed out.
The doctor's going to be here in a few minutes. Then Dominic's going to show up with his car, give him $1,000 and get him to the emergency room and pay for his emergency room visit. How nice is that? I got to say, that's very, very nice.
That's very nice. But if
nice.
it takes treatment, Jeff is going to just go back to wherever he lives and not take whatever his medication is.
Only so much we can do, Robin.
I know. What if it needs bandage changes and stuff like that, if they cut out the part?
Well, it's going to need bandage changes, I would assume.
I see. He can't handle that. It's going to be a mess.
See, the only part that's going to suck, too, is he's not going to stop drinking long enough for the antibiotics to work.
All of these things are a problem.
Maybe he'll sober up for a few days once he hears how serious it is.
I doubt that.
He's back from a piñata.
Artie, can he stay at your place and maybe you and your mom can just change his bandages and stuff?
I'll be a nurse.
I'd rather pay for a hotel. You know, the problem is, if he just stopped cold turkey drinking right now, he'd probably
go into DT.
He would.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and that's the worst.
I think Jeff's so bummed out. He says he's leaving.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you kidding? Why?
Where's he going to go?
I don't know.
Let me talk to him.
See, if you had kept him in the bikini, he couldn't walk out.
Jeffrey, what are you doing? We got a doctor coming.
Lock the door.
Don't let him out. I want him fixed. Hey, Jeff. Jeff.
He's not listening. He's no headphones.
Jeff.
Hold on. He's got his headphones right next to him. I got it.
Jeff, are you crazy?
Yeah, Jeff, all joking aside, wait till the doctor sees you.
Yeah. Really? Tell Sal and Richard to leave him alone.
That bums him out.
Jeff, are you crazy? Don't you dare leave.
I'm leaving.
No, why? Tell me why. What are you doing?
Because you guys treat me like fucking...
Dude, you're going to get money. You're going to get your ass fixed.
Fuck.
Don't you want that thing fixed?
After you with me...
Why do you come down here, then?
What did he expect? Thank God we put you in a bikini. We saw exactly what this blister's like.
You're upset because we saw it. Meanwhile, you're going to get help. You're going to get help. Don't you dare leave. Listen to me.
You know what we're going to do, Jeff? We're going to have you come back in and sit through the news, which you've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
We are?
And by the way, I mean, I talked to him on the phone, and he begs me to come down
Yeah,
here.
he wants to come down in the worst way.
And then he comes down, and then... he gets crazy.
But, Jeff, what about when you're in a hospital, too? They could do things like maybe take a liver function test and your kidneys do a bunch of...
Oh, forget that. What are you trying to do?
You're
Make
opening
him
up
run?
a can of worms.
I'm trying to nail a bunch of things down.
Talk to Jeff and tell me
Jeff, you have to stay, Jeff. This has been a long time. You know it's a problem, and you have to take care of it, Jeff. I'm being very serious. Stop drinking the beer now, and Howard's going to take care of you. You're going to go to a hospital. You won't have a bill. Take care of it now.
This is a chance for
Jeff,
you.
are you listening to me? Because we talk every single day. I know a lot about you and your mother and your family. You got to take care of your health.
Jeff, that's Mary Ann. You should listen to her. She's being
Yeah,
serious.
Artie. I'll take care of you later. I'm talking to Jeff now.
No,
Jeff,
you better stay out of it.
I'm trying to help
let Mary Ann. Jeff, listen to Mary Ann.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff, I talk to you every day. I want you to go to the hospital and take care of it. You definitely need intravenous antibiotic, and you got to resolve it today. And it's your 40th birthday. It'll be a new beginning.
Jeff, you're going to feel a lot better.
Come on, Jeff. It's making you probably feel icky anyway.
Shut the up.
Jeff,
Oh, Jeff.
stop drinking beer and you're going.
That's not...
Artie.
That's not you. That's not you. That's the liquor
I know
talking.
why you called her a cunt.
Oh!
Did you...
I could take it, Jeff. You have to go to the hospital. We'll take care of Artie another day.
Jeff, that loves you.
Jeff, take care of your health. You listening to me? Because this has been a long time coming, Jeff. Jeff?
Yeah.
You going?
Yeah.
Are you
sit
going?
right there and wait, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to know what happens later. When you get home, back to Albany, you call me. And you let me know, all right?
And by the way, you're getting $1,000 from Dominic.
Beautiful. Yeah. Dominic, God bless you. You're a very nice, generous man.
And, Jeff, you don't get that unless you go.
Right, so you have to go, Jeff. There's no one in Albany that could handle that. You have no way of driving there. You have no one to help you there. Take advantage of it now and get it taken care of.
And they're going to put you on antibiotics, probably, which will help you.
Because you're not supposed to drink when you have
And he
antibiotics.
doesn't drink that much, Howard. When he's in his regular atmosphere and he's doing his day-to-day thing, he's not, like, totally out of control. So I want you to know that.
Is that true, Jeff?
Yes.
Is this an act?
Not an act, but, you know, when
He gets excited when he's around us.
And it's a party atmosphere, so he has to go with the flow.
Party? This is some party.
He's a respectable person.
He broke the piñata, I'll tell you
Howard,
that.
you should have left an hour ago, Howard.
Yep.
Can I ask Jeff a question? And, Jeff, I'm not trying to insult you, but I was watching Jeff get dressed there.
You know what? Leave Jeff alone now. I really want Jeff to go to the hospital.
I think, Howard, seriously, he will go if everybody stops. And if they
Yeah.
really care about another person...
I do.
I know you do, Howard.
All right, so, Jeff, I care about you. I really want the doctor to come here and take a look, okay? And I want Dominic to give you the $1,000.
Jeff, if you do this, we'll get Mary Ann to stop calling you every day.
I'm only biting my tongue for today, Artie, but, you know, next week it'll be so
Jeff, we can drown out this annoying voice in your head if you just go to the hospital.
You'll never hear that voice.
They'll give you something. You'll never hear it again.
Thank you.
I love you,
so
Jeff.
much.
Happy birthday, and you're going to be well today.
Yeah, we're excited for you. All right, thank you, Marianne. And you know what, Gary, go back there, leave him alone, and let him dry out a little.
And that enormous booger Jeff has will be healthy.
All right, thank you.
Look at the size of that thing.
That's the least of his problems.
All right, Jeff, go chill out, and this is going to be good for you. Trust me. Just trust me one time. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne.
Would you like a soft drink?
No.
I want a root beer.
All right, now turn off his camera and let him relax. All right. Wouldn't it be cool if we found out the reason that Jeff's ass is discolored is because he was bitten by a radioactive spider?
And he has superpowers.
And he's Spider-Man?
All
right, Doug Stanhope.
That's what really happens when you get right.
That's what it really looks like, yeah.
What is it, Ralph? What is it?
He's got it great, man. He lives in a trailer, right?
Yep.
He's like Rockford. Like Jim Rockford. He just like pull the trailer up by the beach and hang out there.
There's no, you mean the lovely beaches of Albany?
I try to tell him how good a life he has. He doesn't listen to me.
Jeff, no?
He's in the other room. He's chilling out. I really do want him to see. He's got a problem back there.
Is it really nasty?
Yeah, he's got a problem.
Like, what is it? Like, what?
I don't know. That's why I'm waiting for the doctor to show up.
But what does it look like?
I don't even know how to explain it.
Brown skin.
Can Jason take a picture and put it on the internet real quick?
Yeah, I'm sure it's already up there. Jeff's going to be okay. I think the doctor's going to be able to help him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
Well, I mean, we're trying to get him some help.
See, when a white person hasn't tanned and their skin is brown, it's bad.
Yeah.
Right. Robin, wait, what do you think? Robin, you're a nurse. Is it like
she already discussed it? She doesn't know. She says it looks necrophiliac.
Some of it is moldy at this point.
Yeah. Throwing on it. He needs help. All right. She'll laugh. All right. We're going to get some help for Jeff. All right. Let the doc look at it. And this is serious stuff, man. I really do want this guy to get help. Dominic's downstairs with a car. He's going to give him $1,000 and take him to the hospital and pick up the hospital bill.
Do you think... That's right,
do you think Artie at one point, Jeff, was just like a regular kind of drinker? And
yes.
There was one night with Dave Attell going, come on, one shot of Jaeger. What are you, pussy?
Well, I think what happened, he claims what happened to him was his arm got, hurt, and since then he hasn't been able to get off the sauce every day.
This is Dr. Jules, by the way. Hey, Doc.
Yes?
What kind of doctor are you?
Dermatology.
Oh, good. That's the man we need. You going to take a look at Jeff?
Yep.
Do it serious.
Of course, he's a doctor.
I'm very serious.
All right. How long you been in the practice?
Too long.
Okay.
93.
Should we check a license? I don't know.
Believe me, he's the closest thing we got to a doctor. At least he claims to be one.
He has one of those shirts.
Yeah,
that's all you need. That's a credential.
Are you a Yid?
Of course I am. Sephardic Yid.
Okay, good. This is a top guy. It's a Jewish doctor. All right, bring in Jeff and let him look at the ass. And let's get... All right.
Where do you practice?
Oh, I don't need to practice medicine. I know it.
This is a guy who knows what he's doing. And seriously, go easy on Jeff, because honestly...
all he's going to do is look.
I want him to get help. Real doctor, Jeff. Dermatologist. Get it over with. Take a look, and let's find out what's going on.
I gave Jeff $20.
That's Doug Stanhope.
How are you, Jeff?
Doug, by the way, is going to be at the Comedy Village in Manhattan tonight through Saturday night. You want to see a real funny guy. This is the dude.
Doug's another doctor. He's going to look at your ass.
Dr. Doug Stanhope will take a look. Now, Doc, what are you doing? You're putting on, what do you call those, rubber gloves?
Yes.
I don't touch anybody without gloves.
Right, I understand.
Don't put no fingers nowhere.
You're going to need more than that.
Jeff, I'm glad you're doing this, by the way. Honestly. Yeah, this is no joke, no bit.
Drop the pants.
Jeff, do you need privacy? Because we can face it. You are facing so no one can see. I want to give you privacy that you want.
Yeah, privacy. He's a real man. We know what it is. We just had it up on the internet. It's fine.
Jeff, would you like to take the cigarette out of your mouth for the doctor's appointment?
I need a light if someone can.
What?
It's the first time I saw it that close.
All right, all right. Give him a chance. Take it easy. Let the doc. Walk up a little for some light. Let the doc look.
There we go.
Got some light?
Get the camera away, bitch.
Well, the camera's already seen it.
No, he's in luck. It's not what I thought it could be.
What did you think it could be?
You don't want to know, but it's not. Basically, it's a big, Robin had it right, it's a giant boil.
Boil.
The medical term is carbuncle.
It's a carbuncle.
It's a great
comedy word. Listen to the doctor. Listen to the doctor.
I saw enough. You need IV antibiotics.
Oh, boy.
But you don't have to be admitted, though. You do it. The nurse can actually come to your house, give you an IV, and give you IV antibiotics.
Yeah, no, go away.
By the way, you got to do it, otherwise...
It's going to keep growing.
Yeah.
It'll grow up his back.
What the fuck's that?
You could get one of those flesh-eating things, and then...
Right.
It's the same bacteria.
What about...
Not yet, but...
Okay.
What about this shit?
Wait, hold on.
What? Show him on top of your head. What is that, Doc?
That's called a pilar cyst.
Oh,
it's a cyst.
God.
It's nothing. He's got a bunch of them.
All right.
Yeah,
leave him alone.
You leave those alone? Look at the top of his shoulders, Doc.
Look at the top of his shoulders, Doc. Tell us what that is.
Those are just zits.
What about this?
Oh, yeah, what's that thing on his belly? What's that, Doc? What's that thing on his belly?
What's that thing?
Look at that.
Right here.
What is that?
That's called a skin tag. Everybody's got those.
All right.
I know.
No, nothing.
Well, yeah, leave it alone.
But what about his back? He's got a ton of...
See, I'm normal.
You're not normal. Hey, Jeff, hold on. Jeff, listen to me. Listen to me. You hear what the doc said? You don't go and get that intravenous IV.
You need IV.
It's going to grow up your back, and then it's going to be one of those...
It'll get right into your system, and you'll die.
We're going to hook you up.
Shut up, Robert.
Let me ask you, how long has that been there on your backside? Your butt?
A long time.
86.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, it has. That's my car.
86? You've had that on your wrist?
That's my car accident, yeah.
He really should have a skin biopsy to confirm the diagnosis, but I could tell obviously you need treatment. You're not just going to go home and
be
get
okay. You're not yet, is all he's telling you.
You got a couple of months. No, let me see your back.
Show him his back.
Just show him the back.
Show him your back. Show him the top of your back. There's some other shit on there.
All the way up.
Dude.
You're killing me.
Mess.
It's just sling.
What?
Oh, you just got bad acne.
Is that really acne?
It's my sling. That's from my sling.
These are keloids, the raised scars from bad acne.
It's from the sling.
By the way,
can you find a good part on him?
I used to work in a veterans hospital. Used to see not a lot of Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
He's got bad acne. Agent Orange is if he said he was exposed to Agent Orange, I would have believed it, but I don't think he's been in action.
Dude, he thinks you were exposed to Agent Orange. That's how bad you are.
That's how bad off you look.
All right, can I say, and what's with all the sweating on him? You see how he's always wet?
He's a fat pig. That's my medical diagnosis.
So, Doc, should he go in Dominic's car right now, get over to the emergency room, let him do it there, because he's not going to get it at home.
And I will personally escort him to make sure I could be his personal doctor for the day.
Thank you.
I'm off today.
Hey, Jeff, Dr. Jules is saying he's going to take you over in Dominic's car. They're going to put you on the IV, and you'll get help.
How do you not want to do that? Come on, do it.
And Artie.
What?
You got to do it.
You know what I want?
How about a thank you?
What would you like?
Thank you, Howard.
You're welcome.
I would like Yankee tickets.
Oh, God.
Fuck out of here. What is this? For your birthday?
Thank you.
He's requesting presents.
Hey, Doc,
I'll give you Yankee tickets.
How much pussy do you get being a doctor? Seriously.
It's pretty good when you hand your card out and they see dermatology. Their eyes light up. They start thinking Botox.
Where do you practice?
In the city and in Suffolk County.
Yeah? My dermatologist just retired. I'm going to have to go to you.
Oh?
Where's your office?
80th and Park.
Oh, I'm going to come down there.
You're the man.
All the dermatologists are in that area.
That's a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Jeff?
He's trying to get his pants back.
Will trying to knock my cigarette on my mouth.
I'm going to be in Miami this weekend, so maybe
you want to come?
I'd love to.
Oh, of course. That's the least I can do. Come by.
I'm there all the time.
What's Jeff doing?
No, Will and Jeff have the same. Will takes his microphone and knocks it to Jeff's cigarette.
He just keeps saying this.
Being the batch.
Hey, Dr. Jules, thanks, man. Take him. Do me a favor. The limo's going to be downstairs. Go over with Jeff, and then tomorrow give us a report on what happened.
You got it.
All right.
No, not a problem.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah, happy birthday. You got your own dermatologist for the day. You better take advantage of it.
Thank you.
Dr. Jules, I'm going to write down a number. You call this and you come by the show Friday night. And you can bring a guest in Miami, all right?
Well, thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
For that acne on his back, does he need Accutane?
What do you give me, Howard?
He could have used Accutane like
what do you give me?
20 years ago.
See, look at him. Look at him. He wants everything. He just
wants
everything.
What else you want?
I was just wondering.
You're not getting anything. You got a piñata with beer in it. Yeah.
Look, he's got us all on a guilt trip now. He hit me up for the tickets, and now what do you want from Howard?
Oh. Dominic's giving you $1,000.
And you know how much my tickets are? $600, brother. That's how much my tickets are.
And I got you Dr. Jules, who's going to go with you to the emergency room so you don't get dicked off.
Okay. Thank you.
You didn't get
What
enough?
else do you want?
Thank you, Will.
Oh.
Should have spanked that dead ass of yours.
Oh, thank you.
That would be quite a piñata.
Yeah. All right.
Hit that boil with a bat.
Now go right over with Dr. Jules. He doesn't have all day to waste with you.
Okay.
Dr. Jules, call me tomorrow. I want to know what happened with his neck.
Get a full report.
Tomorrow?
Thanks. What?
You ain't going to be here,
Oh, that's right. Monday I want to report.
But come back tomorrow anyway. That'll be fun.
You ain't going to be here.
That's right. And believe me, you don't get that treated. You might not be here permanently.
Because you get Fridays off.
You better kiss Dr.
Hey, you get every day off, asshole.
Yeah, no kidding.
500 million.
You know what? You guys are right, Jeff. We, the taxpayers, pay you every day to do nothing but smoke and get drunk.
No, but look, he's mad at Howard for what he makes. $500 million. Okay, what do you want him to give you? What does he owe you, Jeff?
What do I owe you, Jeff?
Give me $1
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Now go get to work.
Artie, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'll shut up
What
and
is
send
it,
you my
Dominic?
Yankee ticket.
Dominic, you got the car down there?
You will send him the Yankee tickets. You're going to be abusing
Yes.
him.
Yeah, the car has left Mineola. It's on its way in.
All right,
He's got my black Centurion card. He's got my 1,000 cash. But I would like the doctor to tell me, does he have any hospital that he would prefer to bring him to? Because Lenox Hill, I have some friends at, but I don't know which hospital you want us to bring him to.
Well, I'm not going to admit him.
Already,
Either Mount Sinai or Lenox Hill, whichever you prefer.
Lenox Hill.
You got it.
Lenox Hill is fine.
Bitch.
I'll call ahead.
Cash is king.
Tommy has already left. He's got the credit card, the cash.
Thank you, Dominic.
It's going to take about 45 minutes.
No problem.
He'll
All right.
sit here.
He'll wait.
He's not going anywhere.
I'm off today.
All right?
All right, bye-bye, Dominic. What is it, Jeff?
Cash is king.
Cash is king. All right, get out of here, because you have no cash.
Hey. I thought I was going to be able to sing a fucking song.
No, go get your ass fixed.
My birthday. Let me
You got a big booger in your nose. Please, just go.
You got the dead ass blues.
Be happy that we got you some help.
Let me sing a song.
No, sing when you're well.
Yeah, when you get your ass fixed, you can sing.
Jeff, this might just be the wake-up call you needed.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doctor. He's a handful. I appreciate you
Good
doing
luck
this.
to you.
Dr. Jules, everybody. The guy's right here in Manhattan. I'm going to be... he's going to be my new dermatologist.
Let's go, dude. Come on.
I'm a much easier case.
Yeah, you don't have nearly as much going on. You're no fun.
Get out of here.
All right.
What's the matter? Go,
Doc, I'll see you Friday night, brother.
Bye, Jeff.
Happy birthday. Can't get rid of him once you get him in here.
I'll get you the tickets. I'll get you the tickets.
I know. Why are you giving him tickets?
I don't know.
If you
He
cut
just
off,
calls your names.
if you cut off your arm, put it in a glass case and let me have it.
Yeah, you
He'll
should
remember that, too, won't he?
Oh, of course he will.
He doesn't seem like blackout drunk.
He'll
He
remember.
seems like he's like constantly that drunk,
He'll
but
remember
aware.
everything that's been promised him, and if I don't get it to him in a timely fashion, he'll yell at me.
Right, he'll call and curse him out. Right. By the way, Howard, for your birthday, you should request Jeff send you his arm.
Yeah, that's what I want for my birthday more than anything. Imagine that hanging on the wall, stuffed, like with a taxidermist. That'd be pretty cool. Oh,
hey, I just read a thank you note that Bubba sent.
I got a thank you note, too.
I'm going to talk to you about this.
It is the most...
By the way, what Jeff doesn't know is we're taking him actually not to the hospital, but to a gay orgy. Yeah, this is funny. So, yeah.
I enjoyed your show on the fast food mania thing the other day. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks for. I appreciate someone in the Harmeyer family watching the show. Thank you.
I haven't been able to listen too much of the show, but I wanted to let everybody know that this Friday night I'm going to be at the Fridays in Westchester, and for $50 you can get whatever appetizer you want, and we'll tweet.
Hey, Chuck, if I come to you, can I look at like JD's like grammar school pictures and stuff? Can you bring all that crap?
Sure.
Some of his report cards?
It's going to be the eat and tweet. And
Chuck, I'm taking from your comments that you think what Lisa's doing isn't right.
I think it's hilarious. You know, that anybody would actually pay, but, you know, if
the event's going to be
make some money out of it, you know, more power to her.
But so how about the argument that, hey, Lisa's really upfront with what she's doing. She's saying exactly what it is. I mean, why do you think somebody's being taken advantage of in the sense that they don't, somebody says, hey, I want to meet Lisa G. I'm willing to pay that kind of money.
You're taking advantages of people's passion to this show that she had, of course, a part of in it because she works here and contributes to the show. But this isn't this is.
But you're not going to meet. You're not going to meet Howard. That's a given.
But someone could think that there's a one person closer to Howard, and
it doesn't
somehow
matter.
They'll work themselves in.
You've been with the show since the very beginning. Again, I just remember, and I'm a crazy fan. I admit it. I was a crazy fan, just like half the people who have been hired here. And I would have paid untold amount of money to meet you. Or to meet, or I would have waited in line, or got excited to meet High Pitch Eric. And yes, at the end of the day, there's really no one to blame but the person partying with their money who chooses to go to this thing. But she is putting the the minimal amount of effort into it. Like even what you were describing, the Chuck stat, if he brought pictures of JD, that's already providing more content than Lisa G is providing.
And the report card's an extra.
Steve and I were joking the other day,
Always.
like, oh, maybe we should sell tickets to us arguing about TV shows. We argue about TV shows all the time. Again, that's still providing more content than what Lisa G appears to be providing at this stupid thing where she is telling our fans, asking our fans to pay money to meet me. She's being very upfront. 10% of the net is going to charity, and that's very generous of her. But I think it's exploitative. I think it's as exploitative as if Howard started putting out junk with his name on it.
Chuck, I gotta let you go because a bunch of people on the horn. Anything else you want to say?
Give me the horn. Give me the horn.
I enjoy the show. Have a good day.
Thanks, Chuck. Go check out the Pirates take on the Reds. Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, now.
Hi, Ralphie.
This is all very muddy. I mean, if you allow for one, you have to allow for all. I mean, whether it's money for a cupcake or money to see a train wreck, it's what people want to pay. And I don't see why Lisa is being, who's Jason to decide what her appearing somewhere is worth to somebody.
Well Ralph, the reason why this whole thing started is because Howard says it bothers him and he doesn't know why. So you're pretty close to Howard. Why do you think it bothers him?
Well, listen, I know what Jason's saying in the sense of like, hey, she's not doing much. She's just coming there and showing up. But you know what? That's what an evening with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby just shows up. Maybe people want to go there for Lisa's personality. Maybe she's going to give recipes. I don't know what the fuck she's going to do there, but I don't know how that's any different than the block party.
But you don't know how that's different than the block party.
Hold on.
No, I don't.
We'll explain that in a second. But all that being said, Ralph, Gary's question is a good one. Like, why does this get under Howard's skin versus the block party, versus the TV shows, versus Benji's song,
Bill
versus
Cosby,
all the other stuff? Why do you think this is irking Howard?
Because this isn't, maybe because the block party is such a train wreck that it provides content on the show. Ronnie goes out there and acts like an idiot, and you've got tape of it, and Howard TV is filming it, and it provides content for the Howard Stern show. But I think it just sends signals to you can't allow one and not allow the other. Like, who are you guys to sit there and decide? Like, okay,
well, first of all,
okay,
we don't. Howard does.
Yeah, but Ralph, wouldn't you agree that? And I was going to get into this a little bit, but you brought it up. Wouldn't you say on this show there's different rules for different people?
Absolutely, yeah.
So then when you say you have to allow for one, you have to allow for another, really, Howard's running a monarchy. He has to allow for whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Artie used to get away with crap that none of us could get away with.
That's right.
And because he was Artie.
Yeah, and that worked out really well.
Well, I'm just saying that's what happens under that. Anybody could do whatever anybody wants rules.
What Artie was allowed to get away with business-wise had nothing to do with what happened here.
No, he got away with a ton of stuff here that we got. If I slept in the office as much as he slept on the air, I don't think I would have been treated with the same kid gloves.
Absolutely, because you're not as funny as Artie.
No, I'm not. Right. The people are treated differently here.
Yeah. And that just doesn't work well. It just sends out a bad message to everybody.
But again, I fundamentally disagree with you. I think Ronnie's block party does skirt the line of what Howard used to be angry about in the day when John and Gary tried to go out to do stuff and Howard didn't want it to become the traveling Howard Stern show. And I do think it comes up against that line. But at the end of the day, they're promoting their comedy show. People are buying tickets to their comedy show. I don't know. To me, it's completely different than having a lovely chat with coffee.
I will agree that it's different. I don't know if it's completely different. I mean, I think what bothers you is Lisa's looking for a way to make money.
Ralph, would you buy a ticket to just see JD and Ronnie, but no comedy?
I wouldn't even do that.
Me, Gary. Last question: is Howard going to put an end to all this stuff?
It's getting to be rubbing up against that area. Hard to say.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, there was a lot of talk about Sal, shockingly, screwing up a game again. And this is one of those situations where Sal doesn't think he's wrong, is told that he's wrong, and then realizes that he's wrong and tries to explain himself, which he can't do. So we heard Sal tell the story about how it was unfair of Howard to call him a sucker. Now joining us on the wrap-up show, the great Sal Governale, who said, Howard, you're a sucker at least 20 times today. Actually, Sal, you refused to say it.
That's right.
Those were the drops being played, but...
Why won't you repeat?
Why wouldn't I say it?
Yeah, repeat after Howard.
Because I wouldn't. It wasn't true. If I did something where he felt like a sucker, I would have said it.
Sal, do you feel like the show was used at all in order for you to get those teeth? Or do you think they're two independent things?
Yes, absolutely. I made that perfectly clear on your wrap-up show last time. I said, it's inevitable. There's certainly a bartership deal. People are not stupid. The guy was a fan of the show, and I certainly got a break because he was a fan, which is understandable.
But we discussed it wasn't a break.
Right, then the break comes back and bites you on the ass. Nothing is ever really a break. There's a price to be paid, whether it's monetarily or getting the shit kicked out of you by Howard Stern. There's a price to pay, and I've learned it the hard way.
Sal and I talked a little bit today. I was explaining that some of the money was for the actual physical things needed to do this, and the rest of the money was free.
Yeah.
So Sal didn't really get a break. He really got the dental work for free.
Right.
And I explained to him that, as Sal said, nobody gives you something for free for nothing. They're always looking for something.
Let me take a step back on this. Sal, do you feel you were unfairly blamed for the problems with the Bigfoot game? Because that's how this all started.
At first, I thought I was. But listen, I'm the one who created the game. The glitch was there. Guilty as charged.
But you said you double-checked it. What did you mean by that?
I double-check all my work. In this particular case, and I don't know why. I don't know why I do these things, but I always give my...
That seems to be the mantra this week. I heard Tim saying that earlier in the week.
It's almost like, how people have a guardian angel? I have like a guardian bully. When I'm going...
A black cloud?
Yeah, when I'm going in the right direction, somebody's kicking me in the balls, just throwing my mind off a little bit, because I always give my CDs to Scott to double-check. And like when Howard asked me, did Scott double-check this one? I said, no. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, he didn't double-check this one. I did, but... inevitably, it was a screw-up on my part.
It's always better to give your stuff to Scott, because then when it screws up, you could blame Scott.
Right.
What happened was there was a glitch. You saw it. Then you went back and saw that there was a track there. But what we figured out is that Bigfoot's answer was so short. Right?
Mm-hmm. It didn't register as a track.
It was a track, but it just goes from one track to the next so quickly, which Richard knew, and he said, Sal just sort of forgot you got to add a little time.
And by the way,
yes.
To say something nice about Scott Salem, that's the kind of crap he really catches.
Right.
Like, I gave him all the impression stuff, and he called me in, he's like, wow, the levels on this are really off on one of them, and we listened to it, and I'm like, good call, and he fixed it, and, that's his job.
And that was my mistake. So I took back that game and double-checked that one. And I had Scott check it. As a matter of fact, I went to Gary today, and I said, Gary, give me all the games back. So I'm going through every single game right now as well.
There was a great moment, though, where the game fucked up, so I just start yelling, Sal, to just see where he is. Sal was on his way in, but Howard did play the answer, but Sal didn't realize there was a fuck-up. So Sal starts yelling at me, you owe me a fucking apology, asshole. Fuck you.
Wait, can I just say, because I have my headphones on? You guys went from 0 to 1,000 the second Howard said that this isn't working.
There's a reason why.
Before, you guys were yelling so loud at each other that you couldn't hear Howard screaming about who do I have to blame. And I didn't know what was going on. You came out with
it was definitely like a sibling moment.
What happened was I just yelled Sal as loud as I could to see where he was.
I was coming around the bend. I was by the Howard TV room. I saw what happened. I'm like, whoa. Came around the bend, and Gary goes, Sal, where the fuck are you? What's going on? I go, Gary, and then I heard, as I was coming, I heard Howard fix, and I heard the track come through. I'm like, all right, it was a Howard issue, with the CD player. I go, Howard just fixed it, Gary. How about an apology? So Gary looks at me and goes, fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I started hearing everything.
So then Gary sits in his office. I go, how about an apology for that? And Gary goes, go fix your teeth, asshole. I go fix your fucking teeth. And all of a sudden, wait a Sal, Howard wants you. It is fucked up. I'm like, oh, God, no.
All I hear over my head.
So this whole argument was going on over attitudes, and in the end, I was called into the studio thinking I was victorious, and boom.
But what you didn't realize when you were in the studio,
you still didn't realize you were wrong.
You didn't realize you were wrong, and Gary is screaming.
Yeah.
He's deflecting. He's deflecting. And I mean, you were charged up, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was trying to make it go somewhere else, but you didn't realize you were wrong. So you were, no, Howard, I don't know what you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there going, oh, my God, Sal's really digging the hole deeper because he doesn't know he's wrong yet.
Yeah.
How did you not know you were wrong, though? Like in what?
Well, I was arguing with Gary. I got called in, and I thought Howard called. I thought somebody sent up a note that Gary and Sal are fighting over the track. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to go in, and then Gary's going to get called in, and Gary apologized to Sal. Here I am thinking it's going to be that way.
And by the way, I just want to say, the desperation move if I'm beating you is you bring up the sleeping.
I know, dude. That was 4 years. I mean, how old is that?
Hey, listen, where am I going to go?
I get it. Yeah. I get it. You're drowning and you grab at anything.
Anything.
But what really, I think, really changed it was one, I think Howard saw your point a little bit, and I think you were starting to cry.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I ran in
I got
there
worked up, but I certainly wasn't starting to cry.
I wasn't going to run in with the camera until I looked at the monitor and saw how worked up you were. And I'm like, I better get the fuck in
What
there.
was bringing you to tears? The fact that Howard thought you were lying, or
were you emotional in any way?
You were, Sal. You were over the top at a certain.
It was the whole sucker thing, and he said you outsmarted me. I would never. That's just
impossible.
Well, no, it's not. It's impossible to outsmart Howard Stern, in my opinion. Yes, in any capacity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So. And he kept going with that and the whole Howard Sucker thing, and I'm like, this is just crazy, and that's why I just snapped.
And he threatened to break up you and Richard. And I know to you that's blasphemy, but it seemed like it might be going there.
If it goes there, it goes there, and you know what? You'll see the results. Richard and I are a think tank. We work every day. We bounce ideas off of each other. We work great together. It's like breaking up Captain and Tennille.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah,
Sal,
actually, they got divorced, and she had a much better career.
Sal, if this happens,
it's like breaking up Donnie Marie.
Keep your mouth shut, because the way Howard described it on the air, you will be getting your own office, and Richard will be sharing an office with
I would
Scott.
hate that. I would hate.
You would rather share with Scott?
I would be in a bathroom with Richard. I would be in a dumpster with Richard.
What? But if you and Richard together isn't an option, wouldn't you rather be alone than be paired up with Scott the engineer?
I don't know. My brain can't even go there. That's like saying you're separating a child from me. I'm not kidding you.
Are you ready
You're
for
a grown man?
Are you ready for a world, say in 3.5 years, where the show ends and everybody has to go out and do their own thing? Are you and Richard going out as a team, or are you going to go out and do your own thing?
It all depends. If we want it, right now we're planning as a team, but we also can do our own thing as well.
Let me tell you something from experience. If you're a team, one of you end up stabbing each other in the back. It's just what happens when two guys at work team up on something.
And live together.
I don't know about that.
Another old friend of the show. You gonna have a stupid comment about that?
No, I have no stupid comment.
All right, just asking.
Only intelligent ones.
Oh, okay. You have an intelligent comment about that?
A rock and roll legend.
Okay. And an old friend of the show.
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna bring him in.
Well, what's his name?
Joe Walsh.
You're rusty, man.
You're old.
I'm old. Says the guy in the tinted glasses. Mr. Joe Walsh, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Got a new album out?
Got a new album out.
Analog Man.
One of the rare times I didn't stay up all night to come into the show.
So you're feeling fresh?
Slept. That should impress Howard.
Right here, sir.
Okay. There we go.
So you're feeling fresh. You're raring to go, too.
I'm fresh and I'm ready to go. I hope he is.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I bet he's really nervous right now.
You guys are old friends. You guys have been...
We're old friends from golly. I don't want to figure out how old.
But the new album's called Analog Man?
Analog Man. First album in 20 years.
All right. We'll see you in the studio.
Okay. Good to be here.
He looks good. Like his skin is good. But I'm saying for a guy who's been through what he's been through.
Right. It's pretty amazing.
He looks great.
It's almost unfair.
He looks
like,
really...
I would have done all that, too.
That's right. He looks really healthy.
Yeah, like he works out, I think.
But, I mean, he had a long time of, fucking up his body.
Analog Man is for his first solo album in 20 years. He says his wife is the one that got him back in the studio. It's Ringo Starr's sister-in-law, by the way, his wife of 3 years now.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. He sounds very happy, he's healthy, he's sober, he loves his new wife, everything's great.
Do you almost think musically, like Joe's in his own sort of genre, like, I was thinking about this, that just to discuss a little bit, like, He's not like a Led Zeppelin guy. He's not like
He's not huge. He's not like a super, but he's been in a super group. But he's been big on his own.
But he's overlooked, kind of.
Oh yeah, like when you talk about the top 10 greatest guitarists of all times, why Joe's name is, it's always like Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of old black guys.
I think a lot of people took him out of the running because he was such a goof.
That's right. No, he did act goofy for a long time.
Sorry, go ahead.
He talks about how he talks to Ringo Starr for advice. He's very unaffected by his fame. Stevie Nicks, clearly sounds like she's still in love with him. She says that they broke up because they both had heavy cocaine addictions. But basically says he was the love of her life, and he's the only man she'll ever really love.
Something like that. It was pretty quiet. I mean, I heard it. But
I knew about the Don Henley thing, but I never knew about her and Joe.
Joe, come on in. Joe Walsh from the legendary Eagles, of course. Look at you.
Gary salivating over here.
You look good, my man. Take a seat. Hi, how are you?
He looks real good.
Good to see you. Yeah, he does look good. You look good. Are you amazed? Like, you're so healthy now. You look terrific. You look like a different man from the guy I knew back when.
I am.
You are a completely different man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's strange even being in the room with you now because it's a whole different energy. I never
That's because I didn't stay up all night.
Well, I never knew the Joe I was going to get.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back and look at your old appearances, whether it's on this show or wherever you were, where you were really completely fucked up and on, you were drinking? I don't even know back then. Were you just drinking or were you coking and heroing and
whatever you had?
Really? It was
what I did.
Right.
Till you were out, and then I left.
Did you ever figure out, to be serious, did you ever figure out what it was that kind of made you crazy enough to want to destroy your body and destroy your mind? There had to be something really behind that, right?
Well, being an alcoholic.
No, but I'm saying there's a reason one becomes an alcoholic, don't you think? Or do you think it's just a disease that randomly hits somebody? I always think there's some psychological basis that your father was even, maybe it goes back to your parents.
It is probably hereditary, yeah. But I tell you what happened for me.
Right.
I wrote some songs that were pretty good.
Right.
When I was high. James Gang Rides Again came out. Did really good.
Right.
Made that when I was high. So I made a mistake of thinking it was a winning formula.
Right.
I played some concerts in front of people when I was high, and they
loved you.
Well, they were high too. But,
right.
Yeah. But then later, when I didn't do an album, when I did an album that didn't do so good, I thought, well, I'm not nearly high enough.
Right.
Oh.
And I chased it. Robin.
Hey.
Hi.
But was it the kind of thing where you strike me as a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but the truth is you're not, because all of that stuff what you're describing is a guy who really wants to be successful. That success was so important to you that you said, oh, I know the winning formula. I'll drink, I'll get high, and then I'll write great music. So it really did matter to you whether you were successful or not. You weren't sort of a happy-go-lucky guy. Maybe it was a reaction to, oh, my God, maybe this will be the secret to my success. You were really hungry for success.
Very subtly.
Yeah.
All of that stuff convinces you that you can't do anything without it.
Right.
And it's got you.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
It's that simple?
Yeah.
You don't think it was your relationship with your parents? I mean, I don't know what it was like for you living at home.
I don't know. Every case is different. If you grew up in an alcoholic family, chances are you're going to be alcoholic.
Your mom and dad were alcoholics?
There's always that at different times, yeah.
Right. So when you see drinking as part of the family life, it doesn't seem like such a bad thing to be doing.
When I grew up, it was the 50s, and we would have these family picnics, and everybody drank.
Including you.
My aunts drank, my uncles drank, my cousins drank. If you were an adults drank.
Right.
That was just the norm when I was a kid. And it occurred to me that my whole family probably has been rip-roaring drunk for the last 500 years.
Right.
That was just the norm.
How hard was it for you to get sober?
Hardest thing I ever did.
Yeah, and now you're happy, right? I hear reports on you, because I care about you, and when I hear you're so happy now, I really do get happy for you because, you know, think about all your contemporaries. A lot of guys died who were even less fucked up than you.
A lot of guys we know aren't around anymore.
Yeah. Who you thinking about that didn't make it? I'm thinking...
Bellucci.
Kinnison. Right. And
Keith Moon.
And it's kind of sad, too, because if you get that second chance, if you live long enough and you kind of get sober, you go, oh, wow, you think about those guys. They were cut down in their prime.
Yeah.
And do you think music... See, I happen to think you're one of the greatest guitar players, and I'm not saying it because you're here, but I do. I think the riffs and the songs you came up with were brilliant, especially James Gang stuff, and then when you went to the Eagles, I felt you really improved that band like tenfold. But yet, do you think when it comes to, I don't know, the rock and roll intelligentsia, or whoever they are, but do you think, well, critics, do you think, yeah, do you think you get criticized or you're not thought of right up there in the upper echelon because your past behavior, because you were so drunk and so outrageous? Do you think that your legend got kind of knocked down to a degree? Were you taken less seriously?
I'm not really concerned with that.
But you are. Because you're the guy who sat there and drank because you destroyed your own body because you thought that was the formula for success. So you do care about your place in history, right? Musically.
Yeah, but I'm not done yet.
No, I know you're not. But I'm saying, I don't, when I see the list in Rolling Stone of the top 10 guitarists in the world.
Joe's not on it?
Yeah, and I don't quite know why. You really are. Do you still practice your guitar every day?
Yeah.
It's that important to you?
I try and play every day, yeah.
Is it true you take guitar lessons to this day? That you still take guitar lessons?
I'll sit down with somebody, yeah. I'll sit down with somebody and ask them how in the world do you play that, like Brad Paisley.
Right.
I'll sit down with him and say, hey, man.
Why is that? Because you can't figure out how he did that?
Well, probably, but it saved me 5 or 6 hours if I just ask him.
But does anyone ever come to you and say, hey, Joe, teach me how to play? Teach me how to do that?
Not really, but
does that bother you? Bothers me. You're the guy who should be giving guitar lessons, not getting guitar lessons.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Who does he think is the greatest?
Who are your heroes musically? I've never asked you that. You were always too drunk. Couldn't get a straight answer out of you. Do you have musical heroes?
No, I had heroes then. They were just different ones.
Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Seriously, who are your heroes?
Well, the guy that's the grandfather of us all is Les Paul.
Right. The guy who really invented the guitar, the electric guitar, right?
The pickup and echo and multi-track recording.
Did you get to know him?
I knew Les, yeah.
Yeah. Were you happy with the inventions and what he did to the guitar? Because you're a guy who in your new album you talk about analog, man. You can't stand all the new technology. It's kind of like I'm just a regular guy. I don't know from all this technology.
Well, I'm not against it. I'm not an old analog fart who came out of the woods.
Right.
I don't think analog's better. It's just, you got to admit.
But you're upset with technology. You don't like now in the Eagles that your fellow Eagle members sit in a studio and they use all these Pro Tools and everything else. It actually slows down the music-making process.
It changes it.
It makes it more complicated.
Easier. Here's two things it does, okay?
Okay.
One is you can fix anything.
Which is
bad.
Bad, I think.
Temptation to fix everything.
You lose the soul of the music, don't you?
If we'd had Pro Tools when we were doing Hotel California, we'd still be working on Hotel California.
Because what you're saying is Hotel California has imperfections, so to speak. And those imperfections are kind of the cool things about it.
The charm.
Human.
And so when you get in the studio now with the Eagles, they sit and go, wait a second, that note's just a little bit out of tune or it's a little bit off. Let's fix it.
We've always been like that to some degree.
Right.
But the great temptation with Pro Tools is to go ahead and fix everything when you don't need to.
Do you have enough of a voice in that band? I know you've got to sort of watch your P's and Q's with some of the band members, but do you have enough of a voice in that band to say, guys, stop. We're in a studio. What made us great, why Hotel California works, is because there are mistakes on it. It's not a perfect piece of music. Nothing is.
Well,
but it's real.
I wouldn't single out the Eagles.
You say they all do it.
Everybody does it.
But you are in the Eagles.
It's a hazard of Pro Tools. It's a hazard of digital technology. There's one other thing I want to say.
Yeah.
The temptation with digital technology is to start with a drum machine.
Right.
That's virtual.
Yes.
And put that down. And then build up the track with virtual instruments, which are all in the computer, and build up the thing like a kit.
And it never sounds quite as good.
No. In the old days, you got some guys in a room, you mic'd them, and you pushed record, and you got the performance.
Right, and isn't there something that comes out of that performance when a guy's sitting there, a drummer live, and all of a sudden he goes, wait a second, I have an idea. What if I hit it this way? Or you go, wait, I got a better riff. Or that's the magic of being in a studio with a bunch of guys.
That's rock and roll from 1954 to 1962.
But when you recorded the last Eagles album, and by the way, the album did well. I mean, there was an experiment, too. You sold it through Walmart, and it sold really, really well. And this is a tough day and age to sell music.
Yeah.
So the experience for you was not the same. Were you all in the studio at the same time, or was it all done with building it up one at a time?
There's a temptation.
Right.
To do it that way.
Do you put up a protest in the band, or you just go along with the flow?
I go along with the flow. We do it various ways depending on what we're trying to accomplish.
Is it liberating now that you have a solo record out because you don't have to deal with the, I'm not going to call it nonsense, but the politics of the Eagles? Is it a liberating experience for you to go in and do it your way?
It's, what do I say? Yeah, but I mean, for all of us, I mean, Don's down in Nashville,
doing his own thing,
recording. Glenn made an album,
but for you get to do it your way now.
I get to do it my way. Yeah.
Is there a part of you that goes, "I'll show these fucking guys how an album should be made"?
Nah,
never.
Nah.
There's no anger there, no bitterness.
Nah.
Have you given up all your friends from the old days? In other words, you used to come in with a boatload of characters that were hanging around. I'm talking about the days when you got
my entourage.
You had an entourage of guys who could drink you under the table. You know, there was the bass player, Rick the bass player. Are you done with those guys? Are they bad influences, so to speak, on you, or triggers for you?
Well, Rick's exempt.
Right.
He plays with Neil Young now.
Yes.
He's cleaned up. He's doing great.
That's good.
For him.
Yeah. You have to change all your friends.
I know.
You have to.
Yeah, or else you get sucked into the vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were another one. We felt like we were the friends that got, and we never did all that stuff with you.
Yeah,
but
we were good
for a
influence.
while, you didn't come see us.
Yeah, were we part of the problem?
Someone stole my identity, Robbie.
Yeah. You know, when I was thinking about you, there was a great... I know you're happily married now. You've been married, what, 3 years?
3 years.
Oddly enough, to Ringo Starr's sister-in-law?
No.
Wait,
your wife.
Your wife is...
Are you sure? Do you know who you're married to?
What is he, Ringo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, who are you married to?
My wife is the little sister of Ringo's wife.
Barbara Bach?
Right.
Yes.
And you are now happily married.
It's the part of me that was missing.
Because I remember you in the old days. You know, listen, you were high, and women were commodities. You used a lot of women, and they used you. I mean, it was a mutual use. They used you for your fame and your money and your power.
Well, sometimes I think Joe forgot when he was on the road that he had another woman somewhere.
Right. But did you have a whole epiphany about women? Like that changed your attitude toward women too?
Well, the first thing that you can't do when you try to get sober is have a relationship.
Right. They say that's the worst thing.
Yeah. So I did that for a while.
You did.
You did all the wrong stuff.
You sabotaged your recovery by being in a relationship with a woman during it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that didn't work good.
So they're right about that.
Yeah.
These people know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It didn't work good because she becomes your drug, right?
Or a reason to drink.
Ah. In other words, you'd start fighting with a woman, the relationship gets too heated up, you haven't worked on yourself enough, and then boom, everything goes kablooey and you need a drink.
Women are a great reason to drink. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Probably just any relationship with anybody is a reason to drink.
Like Joe's so charming, nothing could be a problem about
Well, you know what? I think like Joe, I have problems with everybody, so I think anyone would make me drink.
There you go.
Man or woman.
There you go.
So,
congratulations on your marriage, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I'm glad we're both happy.
Yeah, no, very, very happy.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I understand what you say.
To get a real partner.
Yes.
You know?
And to feel good about that situation is remarkable.
And it's the part of me that was missing.
But don't you think it's the change in you that allows you to have that with a woman?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to grow up.
I couldn't have had any relationship like I was.
Did you go back and say to any of the women you were with, and I'm sure you hurt some women and some women hurt you, but did you go back? Even remember, you used to have the great joke, my ex-wife plaintiff.
Yeah, did you call plaintiff?
Did you ever call plaintiff and say,
which one?
Any of them.
I made amends to a lot of people.
You did?
Yeah.
Was that hard?
No.
Once you do it, does it unlock something in you? Like, does it open up your heart?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
And so you would call, did you call your ex-wives?
Mm-hmm.
And you said to them, look, I'm sorry I put you through hell. I'm sorry I did
I put you through hell.
Were they all receptive to that, or did some of them say, you know what, Joe, fuck yourself?
There was both. Both of those. Some people say, I understand. I'm glad you're sober. Some people say, up yours.
And some people say, I don't believe you. In other words,
the important thing is me.
You said it.
I'm better for it.
Right. And what is it? If it's a phone call or a meeting, and you go there and you confess to them that you were shit or whatever, you were confused.
Yeah, you look them in the eye and you tell them, hey, I was really a bad person to you, and I regret it, and I'm sorry.
Wow. Boy,
that's heavy.
That's hard.
It's heavy, but I mean, that's part of recovery. Because you live in all that garbage. You constantly, even now, everybody goes into the past and digs around in a pile of stuff.
Right.
And you look for something to be mad about.
Right.
You look for something to get in a bad mood about, and you attach an emotion to it. And then you're in a bad mood, and none of that exists.
All that anger is in you.
Yeah. If you clear that out by making amends, you stand a chance.
Right. Well, it's a tough... I tell you what, that is not an easy assignment.
Has he decided to have more children?
No, you're not having more kids, are you?
No, I have lots.
Yeah.
How many kids?
I saw one of your daughters on a TV show. Lucy. She's a very talented girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wants to make it in the music business.
She's also acting. She's pretty serious about acting.
Good-looking girl, too.
Yeah, she's nice.
Yeah. And then I saw they got you on the show, too. They schlepped you out. I was like, oh, poor Joe.
Well, I showed up for her.
Yeah, right, I know. I knew you didn't want to be there, man. I was just watching it, and I go, oh, my God.
Me and Dee Snider.
Yeah, you guys are all on there.
We showed up for our kids.
But I know what that show was.
Yeah. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
But it was the kids of rock stars who show up, and they had a competition.
Yeah.
So, but you see these competition shows. That's not the way to really make it. I'm a judge on one of these shows.
I know you. How's that going?
I love it. But I tell everyone. In fact, I don't
know. You are.
Well, you don't want to know something? In Vegas, I tell these guys, I don't know if they're going to show it. They don't show everything I say. But I said to them, you got to remember, a lot of hard work goes into it. When I saw them fucking off or doing something weird, I'd say, I know musicians. And these guys work their ass off. They might look happy-go-lucky, but how many hours did you spend in your life not only sitting alone in a room with the guitar, but also going out on the road and playing in front of people and learning that, even if you're playing in front of 2 people, life can really suck and it's not that easy. I mean, there's a lot of hard years. There's no quick fix, right?
It's your 10,000 hours.
Your 10,000 hours. And you put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have, too.
Yeah, I mean, we all do.
You used to sell mattresses.
I did. I still do. I was shocked to learn, though, in your life, one of the great romances was Stevie Nicks of Fleetwood Mac. And this was kept on the down low, even during your whacked out years.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
But she says you were the love of her life and probably still are. What, is she one of those people you had to call and make amends to?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's special.
She was in love. One of the greatest songwriters ever, right? Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
No?
Well,
am I wrong?
I mean, songwriters, in the big picture, all of us from the 70s are memorable and notable, but I mean, the greatest songwriters are like guys from the 30s and 40s. And
do you really believe that? You don't believe Jimi Hendrix was a great songwriter? Paul Simon?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't consider yourself a great songwriter?
Well, I don't think it's fair to say one of the best ever to anybody.
But what a powerful couple, Stevie Nicks and Joe Walsh.
Stevie's very high on the list.
Were you in love with her?
Did they write together?
I don't know. Did you guys ever write together?
She helped me do the Confessor album.
No kidding.
She rode shotgun with me on that one and gave me some direction. And she's really good at the craft of songwriting.
Which means what? Sitting down and really putting a pen to paper and actually trying to figure out the lick and all that?
Left to my own devices, I will have 85 pieces of paper with a couple words on each.
Right.
And people like her and my wife Marjorie now help me get 85 words on one piece of paper.
How do they help you do that? I mean, you're a songwriter. It's a creative process for you. How do they focus you to take all those 85 slips of paper and combine them into a song?
Well, my wife is a closer. That's what she does. When I say it's the part of me that was missing, I got a little attention deficit.
Right.
But in the 50s, that wasn't diagnosed. You were just difficult.
Right.
But I got it.
Yeah.
You know, I see that in one of my sons. I learned about it, and I had it screaming in the 50s.
It's one of those things that affects you where you can't keep your mind on one thing.
You can't complete tasks. I have a great idea, fantastic idea, and I get it started, and wait a minute, I have another idea. So there it sits.
You know, I'm reading a book about this. It's called Get Things Done.
Yeah.
Do you ever read this book?
No.
I've just started reading it. I just learned about it.
Yeah, so I have great ideas lying all over the place.
And what do you do? Do you speak into a little tape recorder? And how does the songwriting process go for Joe Walsh personally? Would you be fucking around with your guitar? You start to, pick at a few notes and go, that's cool? Or do you hear the song in your head first? You once told me years ago you always have a song in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do you get it out physically? Because don't you go, oh, my God, this is good. I don't want to lose this. What do you do? What's the first thing you do? So you don't forget it.
Well, you can carry around a little recorder.
Do you do that?
And put ideas down. When I remember to, yeah.
Because you need a giant inbox, so to speak. And then, but by that I mean you need a place that whenever you get an idea, you just put it in there so you don't have to sit and worry. Didn't that worry you when you had a great hook or something and you'd say, oh, shit, I can't forget it, I can't, or you didn't care?
It depends. When I was wasted, I would write it down, except in the morning, it didn't make any sense.
Okay, a song like Life's Been Good So Far. Life's Been Good So Far. You're standing around one day. Do you hear the words first or the music?
Usually the music.
The music?
Yeah.
You hear...
It's real abstract, and I think it's the same for all of us. You hear an idea, and it's kind of a symmetry.
So did you
hear?
So when you say you heard an idea, symmetry, was it like? Yeah,
as a matter of fact, yeah.
That's what you heard.
Yeah.
And then you go, I don't know what the fuck to do with that.
Well, you go, okay, there's something.
Right. Now, what do you do with that? You go over to a tape recorder and you go...
I kind of have a place in my head
that it goes
with different drawers.
Really? And you retain this?
Yeah.
I wonder
I'm wondering, why don't you think this is something you've heard before? You know, like you're humming somebody else's tune.
I'm amazed that I would sit there and think how many songs he forgot that are in that drawer.
Well, think of how many songs never got written that people had. Yeah. Robin, you're right. Whatever you just said, I forgot.
Yeah, sometimes you think it's something you heard.
Yeah, right. Well, that's where you go, aha.
Right.
You mess around with old blues licks, and you mess around, and you realize, boy, this is fantastic. Oops. Except it's a Hendrix lick. And you think, oh, well, start again. But once in a while, you get a nibble.
Did you ever meet Hendrix?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to play with him?
Not live.
Not live.
Backstage.
You went backstage. Where was this?
Youngstown, Ohio.
Back in the early 70s?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're, what, doing a concert?
Yeah.
James Gang concert at that point?
James Gang, Hendrix, and Sly and the Family Stone.
All on the same bill.
Wow. Well, remember in those days?
Wow, yeah.
You had 3 headliners on a show.
And who opened that show?
We did.
The James Gang.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a show.
Yeah.
And then Sly and the Family Stone, and then I guess Hendrix.
Well, Sly never came out of his dressing room.
Yeah, right. But there's another guy. I mean, he's a difficult guy, right? He's had his problems.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever came out of them like you
Still
did.
going through it, yeah.
I don't think he made it.
No. Do you ever see him around?
No.
No. He's like a recluse.
There's been Sly sightings, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on some award show or something.
Yeah, but a few months ago, we were reading that he was in a trailer parked outside somebody's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God you didn't go that route.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And does that give you the shakes at night sometimes? You go, shit, I could have really, really fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am so grateful to be alive and sober.
So Hendrix is backstage. And what happened?
He's backstage. We're in a, like, dressing room.
Oh.
Which is like where a hockey team changes or something, you know.
Not glamorous.
That, so yeah, right. And he's there, and I finished, and we finished, and we're in the same dressing room. So he's sitting playing his guitar, and I come in with mine.
Right.
And
you have a jam session, so to speak.
A little bit, yeah. I showed him my guitar, and he showed me his.
Do you get intimidated by a guy like that?
Nah, he was a wonderful guy. Of course, I'm intimidated.
By his talent, I mean.
By him. He had an aura. I mean, he had feathers on. I mean, it was terrifying.
Well, you talk about that. I read that Clapton and a bunch of other guys at the time who were considered top guitarists all went to see Jimi Hendrix when he first came on the scene. They went to a club and they all looked at each other and they went, shit, we don't even really play the guitar.
What the hell are we doing?
What are we doing? That was the famous story.
Generally thought by the community, yeah. What the hell are we doing?
Did you feel that way?
Yeah.
You did when you played with him. When you played with him, did he say, oh, wow, Joe, maybe we should get together in a studio and do something together? Or it never got that far?
No, never got that far, but he showed me his guitar, and I paid attention to how the heavy strings, light strings.
Right.
How high are the strings? What's the action? Because he was a tough one, because he was left-handed.
Right.
So everything was backwards. That's why he sounded like that. None of us right-handed guitar players could do what he was doing.
Was he playing a lefty guitar?
No.
He was playing a right-handed guitar
upside
with his
down.
Upside down. Oh, wow.
That's why he sounded like that.
And
that's why we couldn't crack the code.
Oh, my God. That's fascinating. Yeah.
That's why we were all hitting ourselves in the head.
But that's why you're a great guitar player, because you're a student. You sit there. Those are the guitar lessons you talk about.
Yeah.
Sitting with Jimi Hendrix, it's a master class.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if it's 3 or 4 minutes. Right. And I had a Les Paul, and he looked at that, and he was really, really nice, and just a good guy.
Isn't it weird, too, because Hendrix is, of course, remembered for his music, but also for the excesses, like the drug taking, fucking chicks, getting plaster cast on his dick. It takes away from his legend in a way, you know? It really does.
That's the way it was back then. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You could get away with a lot of stuff back then that you can't now.
Right.
You probably noticed.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a whole different universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Joe, where do you think rock and roll is going? Speaking of back then and today, you know, like there's not rock radio stations.
Boy, Robin, that's a good one, you know.
Is rock dead?
Yeah, I think so, pretty much.
It's pretty dead because there's not a lot of rock and roll radio stations. And we were talking about this on the show the other day. We were talking about that it's almost like, I think Robin said it, that rock and roll is going to be like jazz in a way. It's going to be just this art form that existed and was big, and then some guys will still play it, but it's not going to have.
It's dead, but it's not dead, but it's not number one. Country's number one.
But I never thought I'd see the day that, you know, rock and roll was such a part of my life.
Howard, think of it. That's what Analog Man is all about.
Right. The new album.
The digital technology is nice, but along with it is this virtual world that we all go in more and more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist. It's in a computer. It's an illusion. And we sit in chairs. Our bodies sit in chairs for hours waiting for our minds to come back.
Yeah.
I like side B.
Right.
I like cart machines. You know, it's different, man. It's different for us.
Yeah.
And the problem with the with the digital technology,
right?
It ate the record business.
It did, yeah.
It ate radio.
So you're not on Twitter, are you?
It ate intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that drive you crazy as an artist that, you know, a guy who's like you, like a musician who comes up now, they can't even sell a record because everything's out there for free. People don't go and buy DVDs and CDs.
I know.
They rip them off and that. It does seem unfair, right?
People ask me, what advice do you have for the upcoming musician? I don't have any. I'm trying to figure it out, too.
What is your game plan with the new CD? In other words, it's hitting the stores, I think, today, right? Tomorrow, all right? And you have a new single out. But what's the game plan? Can you really... Well, I guess you could go around the country and play these songs. It's almost like starting over. Joe Walsh is one of the biggest names in rock, and yet it's almost like you're starting over again. You got to go out, play for audiences, and introduce them to this music.
It's a fresh start for me.
So what are you going to do? What's the game plan?
Well, the deal with everything is, in lieu of record companies, the way to do it now is the social network. You have to get visible.
Yes.
If you can make people aware that you have a record out, they'll find it.
Right. So your game plan is to use social media and sort of get... Because like, look at some of the great artists. Paul McCartney just came out with an album. Nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? Paul McCartney. It's like... It's like everyone has an even playing field now. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to bank on your name. It's just that you know... I feel great for guys like you who have an audience already, and you can go out and do a James Gang tour, or you could go do a Joe Walsh tour, or you could do an Eagles tour. So you're fine. Nothing's going to bother you. But when you put out new music like you just have, that's the conundrum. That's the thing that you can't figure out.
You can't assume that you're going to have a hit record.
No.
What's platinum now? 50,000 copies?
That's right. Go make a living doing that.
Woo!
Right. How many records how many records between the Eagles and the James Gang have you sold? And Joe Walsh solo stuff?
I don't know.
You never counted it up?
I lost count after about 85,000. I was counting them on my fingers.
Somebody said, you mean you really don't know, Joe? Isn't that an impressive number to know for yourself and look back and say, you know what, I can reflect on that number?
Probably, but in that category, I'm not really that big of a fish. Look at somebody like Jeff Lynne.
Now, Jeff Lynne produced your new record.
Yeah.
Jeff Lynne was, of course, of Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, and he's a great
That guy sold some records.
Did he?
Yeah.
More than you?
ELO, I think so.
But if you count the Eagles,
well,
in your
Eagles,
record,
yeah, okay, Eagles.
Eagles are one of the biggest selling bands of all time.
Yeah,
Hotel California,
Hotel
I think,
California
isn't that the
alone.
one album that I think that's the #1 album for the Eagles ever?
Greatest hits.
Greatest
The
hits.
greatest
is.
hit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
go back and forth with Michael Jackson.
What's the best song you ever wrote? Seriously, out of all the songs. I have, I don't know if it was Funk 49, Walk Away. I don't know. I could name Rosemary.
Rosewood Bitters.
Rosewood Bitters is more. I think all these great songs. What is the greatest song you ever wrote that you're most proud
The
of?
one you love the most.
Yeah.
Eagles-wise, I co-wrote "Life in the Fast Lane" with
Great
Don
song.
and Glenn.
Right.
Yeah.
Solo-wise, probably Rocky Mountain Way.
Yeah, what a song. Do you still stop and listen to that on the radio? I mean, it's on the radio all the time on classic rock stations. If you hear it, will you stop and listen to it and go, man, that's a good fucking record? Or will
Who
you
wrote
just
that?
Yeah, will you just tune by and say I don't want to hear it again?
One of the things that makes it magic is it's a bunch of guys playing in a room.
Right. Rocky Mountain Way.
You're listening to how it was made.
That groove you can't do with Pro Tools.
No. And you remember when you came up with that, or were you so drunk? Like, was that part of your drunken formula where, like, hey, I get really high and I write? Do you remember any of that process of writing that great song?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What was the process on that one?
I was in Colorado.
Right.
I had left the James Gang. I was worried that I might have made a mistake.
It's scary.
Yeah.
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 Because that was a successful entity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were doing fine.
Why did you leave?
3-piece band. I just got saturated with playing really loud and being like a kick-ass guitar guy.
Right.
Playing through Marshalls and stuff.
Why, you thought on your own you could, tone it down?
I was hearing all these songs like with a piano.
And they didn't want that. The other two guys were against it.
Kinda.
And also your audience demanded you be a certain sound. So if you went to a piano, you were afraid the audience would reject. So you just said, fuck it, I'll leave the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did those guys want to kill you for breaking up something successful?
No.
Did you call to apologize to them when you got sober?
I didn't have to really apologize. I apologized when I quit. I just said, guys, I can't do this. I'm a musician, too.
Yeah.
And I got to go have a look at that.
And so so you were scared, you were in Colorado.
I'm in Colorado, okay. And I have an album done, which was the Barnstorm album. The first solo album I did, and I'm mowing the lawn. And
you were mowing the lawn.
I was mowing the lawn. Yeah,
rock stars mow lawns.
I didn't have any words for Rocky Mountain Way, but we had the track done.
Right.
And I'm just dead in the water about this song. What is it about?
You mean you just hear music? There's no vocal. There's no tune really, except that.
If there were words, I hear where they go.
But you don't have the actual words.
I don't know what they are.
So how do they come to you?
Well, I'm mowing the lawn. I look up, and there's the front range of the Rocky Mountains with snow on them in the summer.
Right.
And it knocked me back because it was just beautiful. And I thought, well, I have committed. I'm in Colorado. It's too late to regret the James Gang. The Rocky Mountain Way is better than the way I had because the music was better. And I got the word bam. And he's telling us this, tells us that, changes it every day. That's about the James Gang's manager.
Right.
We don't need the ladies crying because the story's sad. That's giving up the regret of leaving the James Gang. And I got all those words all at once, and I ran into the house to write the words down. And the lawnmower kept going over into the neighbor's yard, and Ate the Garden. It was an expensive song to write, but...
Oh, I got the chills when you tell me that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I get the chills because that's such a fucking cool process. I wish I had that ability.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Do you have trouble with your neighbors? You had a neighbor, you had a problem where some neighbor was like stalking you or something, or you had to go to court with the guy, or there was something, he came over with an...
Oh, yeah, that guy.
What happened there?
He finds pieces of property and builds houses on them.
Right.
And they shouldn't really have houses on them.
Right.
But he has friends at City Hall.
Oh.
And,
it's a complicated life.
I was wishing he wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I didn't help him.
I see. He got frustrated with you.
And he got frustrated, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
It's complicated being Joe Walsh sometimes. But now it seems like it's a lot simpler. You got the wife, you're happy.
Oh, it's so much simpler.
Now, let me say that Joe Walsh's new solo album, Analog Man, is in stores tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hey, I didn't finish that thought, though, with Stevie Nicks. Yeah. I mean, you two became this couple, and she says you are the love of her life.
All those songs were about Joe?
Yeah. She wrote one about me, yeah.
What was the big one about you?
Joe?
Joe just fell asleep.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the name.
I'm trying to I'm embarrassed. I don't remember.
Was it a Fleetwood Mac song, or was it from one of her solos?
One of her solos.
One of her solo albums?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand
Has anyone ever wrote a song for you?
Hell no. I wish you would.
No, that's how the song goes, stupid.
Oh, shit. When are you going to write a song about me? Actually, I got a...
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I got an email from Leslie West. He claims he has an idea. He was thinking of me. He wants to write a song about me. I'm very honored.
That's flattering.
I feel like a hot chick.
Well, you better wait till you hear it first.
Yeah.
Give my best to Leslie.
I will. You know, he lost his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but he's doing well.
Yeah.
He has a great spirit about him.
He's a great guy.
And a great guitar player.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Now, there's a guy that could probably be on Rolling Stone's list.
Yes.
Where the hell's he?
Exactly.
He's not on the list either?
That's right. Well, anyway, the legendary Joe Walsh, who is doing so well, happily married now.
Happily married.
For Joe.
And Ringo is your brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Do you
guys
hang?
get together?
Yeah, we hang.
You do.
Do you sign autographs?
Joe, do you sign autographs? Because Ringo has stopped signing everything.
I signed his name for him.
You do.
That's why he got me.
Ringo comes over the house, and it's like a family get-together.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I mean, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, he says, sign all these albums for me. I'm done.
You get along with each other?
Very well.
You do.
You know, he's so down to earth, Paul too, for what those guys have been through.
Right.
And the really good positive energy. And in terms of a family, I got this huge family that came along with my wife, and it's a dynamic I'd never been around because they're really close. And learning to be part of is one of the things that has opened me up.
Right.
And made me feel, given me confidence, which is something I never had. That's why I drank.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not drinking. I'm glad you're healthy.
So having Ringo, his insight and his wisdom has helped me with my life and as a human being, besides the music part of it.
Yeah, he seems like a real good. I mean, I don't know. I got to know Paul McCartney a little bit. What an amazing guy.
Yeah.
I mean, something else.
Yeah.
I always say, you talk about guys who strip it down, so to speak, who are analog men. I was talking the other day, I heard a song of his that I hadn't heard in years. It was from his first solo album after he left the Beatles. It was Turn It Up. What's the name of that song?
Ooh You.
Ooh You. And I love this song, Ooh You, but it's so fucking stripped down. And in fact, he's in a studio doing it, and he says, turn it up. He's talking to the engineer. And it became part of the song.
Yeah.
That's the shit I like.
That's analog.
That's analog. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You and Ringo, you and Ringo ever swap sisters? Would that ever happen? Like you do him?
Howard, I'm not going to stoop to that mentality. Let's go get our asses waxed.
Right. Listen, this. Oh, and by the way, the single is "Lucky That Way." I'll play a little.
Is that right? I want to hear. Yeah.
Let me see. "Lucky That Way" sounds like your life now. Joe Walsh, the new solo album "Analog Man." And that's in stores tomorrow. Why do you always do that? In a lot of your songs, when you're singing about yourself, you say, "I'm not that special." I'm like, you know.
But you may know me.
Even like in "Life's Been Good," you're like, "Yeah, my fans love me, but I'm not that great an artist." Why do you put yourself down in your own songs?
Well, I could either explain it or you could listen to the song.
It's in there. Okay.
Oh, it's in there. All right. It feels good to be you.
It does. Listen to the chorus.
I am.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the chorus.
When you wrote you had a Maserati, did you really have the Maserati?
It would be logical.
But do you really have the palm trees in the swimming pool now?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we come. This is it.
There you go.
I'm just lucky that way.
Yeah.
What is it, Gary? How dare you interrupt my... What? He's handing me a piece of paper.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Oh, here. Oh.
That's a song that Stevie wrote for Joe. God, she must have loved you.
What was the song?
The song is called "Has Anyone Ever Written Anything For You," as Joe said. And I thought he was talking to me. Listen to this lyric. "You know I'd rather be alone than be without you, don't you know? She'd rather be alone than be without you." What the fuck did you do to this girl? You must
He's just lucky that way.
You must have banged her silly. Were you in love with her?
As a sister.
Really? God, she was, I mean, I imagine this was the 70s, right?
I mean, she's like a soulmate, you know?
You still talk to her?
Once in a while.
This was like in the 70s, right? I mean, was there a more beautiful, physically beautiful woman than Stevie Nicks and all that talent? I mean, you would think that's the whole package. I mean, that would be my fantasy.
Were you not into her?
No, I was, Robin. That didn't come out right. All I'm saying is that we were seeking refuge, kind of, in each other's presence.
Because you both were into drugs at that point?
Kind of, yeah, there was that part of it, but we were on the road, we had careers, we were both lonely.
Why did you never marry her? Did the thought cross your mind at one point?
No.
And you never thought that way even in terms of like a powerful couple? Like, oh my God, there's two incredibly powerful people in rock and roll.
Or maybe that would have been too much.
Well, the relationship came and ran its course, as rock and roll relationships do.
Does it get competitive? Like, do you sit there, and she was in Fleetwood Mac at that point, I guess.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
No.
She was a solo, or she was in Buckingham Nicks.
Yeah.
And does it get competitive? Is that the problem? Like, you could never really marry another singer-songwriter because the two of you sit there and drive each other nuts with that stuff, career?
What made it possible was that we toured together.
Right. So when you tour together, it's
and we spent all that time together.
But you were not monogamous with her, so she probably got jealous too. Because knowing you back in those days, you were not going to be limited to one woman. True? You weren't going to be limited to one drink and not one woman. You were an addict.
We were both monogamous for that summer.
That's a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So you
A
felt
whole
something
season.
for her. Well, yeah, in rock and roll, that's 10 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. When we stopped touring, we
drifted apart.
I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to.
Look at you. What a life.
But do you think you could have been with somebody as powerful and talented as Stevie?
No, I don't think either of us could have committed to a lasting relationship in the state that we were in.
You surprised Steven Tyler's a judge on American Idol? Seriously. I mean, Steven Tyler's one of the great songwriter, great rock and roll stars.
I don't exactly know why he's doing that.
I had heard that it was for the money. That literally he had gone through so much money that it was like a $10 million payday.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You held on to a lot of your money, even though all the marriages and getting high and everything. How did you manage to hold on to your money? I know you're worth $164 million.
You know that?
I do.
Who'd you hear that from?
Your accountant told me.
He's still got $164 million on his own.
No one told me, but I read it on the internet that you were worth around $164 million. And that makes sense to me, between the Eagles
and all the music,
and royalties and touring. But you could have lost it all, right?
I did.
You lost every dime you had?
Pretty much.
When was that?
When I went into recovery.
No kidding.
And then, in 1994, the Eagles decided to go back to work. Mm-hmm. And so I had a clean start.
And they came to you and said, Joe, we're putting you in the band, but you got to get clean, right?
We can't do it without you. And we can't do it unless you're sober. Don and Glenn said that to me.
They saved your life.
It was an intervention. And they were real brothers when they did that.
That's right.
Because that's what I needed.
It motivated you.
You were broke?
So you are not worth $164 million.
No, I'm not.
Right. Because you got to get back, that's a lot of money. Does that bother you? Does that bother you at all that you pissed away a lot of money?
Not the money, the time.
You lost a lot of time in your life.
Yeah. There's like 12 years in there. I wish I had back.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I'm alive. I'm here.
It's true, because when you go through life that way, that high, it's like, wow, I don't even know what the fuck I did. There's so many things I could have learned.
Based on all accounts, I had a great time.
But you don't remember.
I probably remember more.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
I remember doing a TV show, and I wanted you to be a guest,
Howard,
and you slept through it.
When I'm me all these questions, you know more than me.
I know, that's so true. All right, listen, Joe Walsh, it's exciting. New music from Joe. Analog Man is in stores tomorrow.
Hi, Marjorie, I love you.
Marjorie, I love you too, baby.
And Robin, I love you too.
I love you, Joe.
Hope you're feeling better.
JoeWalsh.com is where you can go to get all your Joe information. And Joe, anytime you come and see us, you know I like it. Next time, come back with a full album only about me. America's Sweetheart.
I'm going to call Leslie.
Call Leslie.
I think we could write a good song about you.
I think it's time you two teamed up and wrote a song about
that.
Me.
Would be good.
I don't need you to make amends or anything like that with me. I'm fine with you.
Well, after we write the song, we may need to. Yeah.
The great and legendary Joe Walsh. Thanks, Joe.
Joe. That was so cool.
Yeah.
What elements would a song about Howard Stern have to contain? If you were gonna get together with Leslie and write a song, what does a Howard Stern themed song sound like?
Funky.
Yeah.
Kind of funky, kind of Ramones.
Little funk, a little punk.
Yeah, yeah, funky punk or punky funk, something like that. Words. Parts of it really nice and friendly, and parts of it awful. Like Howard.
Reflects his personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to talk to Leslie West, and I'll get back to you with more of it.
Cool. I think that would be a great song to hear.
Now, we got to think of stuff that rhymes with Stern.
Burn.
That's your homework assignment.
Burn is my first word there, 'cause he's got a fire inside him.
Yeah. What rhymes with Stern? Well, no, I'm not going to go there. Great to be back.
Joe, it's great seeing you. One quick thing I was going to ask you. You guys seem very like-minded when you talk about, digital technology and the virtual world and its influence on music. Do you think Howard's an analog man in spirit? The way he approaches his show and the love of the performance and some of the errors that come along with it?
Howard wouldn't be Howard without
all those analog years of being on the radio and, like I say, cart machines and stuff. Howard's very good and belongs in the digital age. I know about it too, but Howard wouldn't be Howard without all those years of knowledge and insight of the analog days. You know, that's all I'll say.
All right, Joe. Best of luck with the new album.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Friend and show is Old Friends Week at the Stern Show. Today's Joan Rivers.
Okay.
Okay?
She's got a new book out, you know.
Yes, I know. I read about it in the newspaper yesterday.
You know what it's called? It's very similar to what I think you would title the book.
Yeah,
The first line is, I hate everyone.
That's it.
And then she says, starting with me. But I don't think you feel that way about yourself.
I don't hate myself.
You love yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I love you. Good morning, Joan.
Good morning.
How are you today?
A little disappointed because you don't have your ice cream machine anymore.
We got rid of that?
I think so.
That's not right.
I didn't see it. Not right.
We lured you with ice cream, then we took it away.
Very important. Good morning, good morning. Otherwise, I'm fine, thank you.
And you have a new book out, so...
I have a new book called Joan Rivers, I Hate Everybody, and it's the first book of comedy that was ever banned. Very excited.
It's already been banned?
It's been banned by, I'm not allowed to say the name, Costco.
That's kind of cool, though.
Beyond cool.
I mean...
Beyond cool, that means the nice thing is no very fat people will be able to buy it and hide it in their folds.
But everywhere else you can pick it up.
Everywhere else you can pick it up.
Just not if you want to buy bulk
no,
food
you can't
items.
buy it in bulk, can't buy a pallet. You can go to BJ's and buy it.
Well, welcome.
So that's what's going on. I'm thrilled to be here.
Good to see you again, Joan.
It's good to be going on the air like a real big person. And how is Howard now that he's rich?
I think he's doing well. I think he's enjoying this
Who
run
is he on
AGT.
with? He's on with
it's Howie Mandel.
And Sharon.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think he's enjoying this run, though.
He should. He should have done this a long time ago.
You've said it since the beginning.
From the beginning. He's terrific.
All right, I'll let you get to Howard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, there's one other interesting thing, Howard. You know, it's funny. Tim had dinner with David Brenner last night.
Yeah.
And, you know, David Brenner's like trying to figure out, you know, how to reinvent himself and everything. But the question is like, Joan has sort of managed to remain iconic. And I know it's because she's funny. But there's a lot. Maybe it's because Joan just never stops. Maybe that's why. But she's certainly put herself in a place.
Well, she's also, like, she's willing to say shit that, like, David Brenner won't.
I guess, yeah, I guess that's what
like
it is.
She's outrageous.
Look, I got to tell you, I just filled her in on Robin in very broad strokes because she didn't know anything. And she's already got, she cracked like 3 jokes in there that made me laugh my ass off.
Oh, no.
No, they're not bad. They're not. They're just stupid. But they're nothing that will insult. Robin will laugh at them. And I would tell them to you, but I want you to laugh at them.
Okay. Hey, Joan Rivers is here. Joan Rivers just came out with yet another new book, I Hate Everyone, starting with me. It's in stores today. A living legend.
Now, is she calling herself a living legend now?
I'm calling her a living legend. She's an icon, don't you think?
I didn't know if that was in the copy or if you said that yourself.
No, I'm calling her a living legend. I'm calling Joan a living legend.
I certainly think so.
What?
Where's Robin? Thank you.
You refuse to do the show without Robin?
I don't do the show unless Robin is sitting there.
Robin's gotten so lazy with this show that she does it from home now.
That bitch has lost so much weight.
That's right.
You can't find me.
I love you on the thing with Howie Mandel and Sharon.
America's Got Talent.
Oh, well, you know the name. I don't have to learn it.
Yeah, why do you need to learn that? Why do you need to be bothered? I enjoy doing it, I believe it or
you
not.
look like you enjoy doing
I'm
it.
having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, what is left to do in my career except shock everyone with doing a family show?
Yeah.
I mean, really, when you think about it, who would have expected that one?
But you're so cute, and so I go back to NBC when they had you in that closet.
Yeah,
remember that?
right. Yeah,
So
long way.
You should have done this a long time ago.
You know, it's funny. Gary was just in here. We were talking about you behind your back, and I said, and he said, we have had so many comics on our show over the years, and we were just naming all the people who kind of have disappeared in terms of their careers. And Gary goes, don't you think it's amazing that Joan Rivers, I mean, really think about it. Like, she's still relevant and funny and like really has a real career as opposed to like a Mercy booking somewhere.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and it is amazing. So he said, what do you think the secret is? And I said, I think the secret is she's funny. She's like...
She's actually talented.
I keep looking over.
Yeah, I know, but I can't imagine... Oh, you keep looking over for Robin.
For Robin. Right. Get his stupid voice.
Well, I keep looking for her. I want them to tape a picture of her over there.
What are you people talking about? What are you talking about?
but no, it's hard work. No, yes, because funny.
Aren't there days where you go, I don't want to keep up with pop culture?
No.
Honestly.
I don't want to keep up. I don't want... If one more person says, I love John Carson, who gives a shit?
Nobody remembers John.
The man is disintegrated even in his coffin.
Right.
There's nothing left there except 3 bones.
Although I did watch a special on Johnny Carson, and you were a part of it.
And
you were very complimentary to him.
And they cut out the one part, the truth. It's where I called him, and he hung up on me. And they have all these people saying, look who's saying it. The producer who hates me, who I hate.
They cut that out.
And they have the people saying she never called him.
Oh.
And I called the producer. Then they wanted me to do PR for it. And I called them up. I said, you have just perpetrated a lie.
Right.
Well, Johnny's wife, I said, the third wife with the implants.
Right.
Yeah, she was walking the beach looking for him in Malibu. I know how she met him.
Johnny's wife has a say on the special?
Yes, she decided. Alex decided.
Is it true that...
Number 22.
Is it true that your birthday is coming up?
Yeah.
Can I say...
79. How about that
I didn't know if you gave that out, but...
That's amazing.
Can you believe you're 79?
No. I'm in perfect health. That's the joke. And everyone around me is dropping dead.
Because I can't even believe it's 79. Like, when you wake up in the morning that you even care
I don't even think
about your career. I really can't believe it.
But I love what I do.
Yeah, I know, but like...
Howard, they just banned my book. How fabulous is that?
Yeah, that was weird.
Fabulous. It's some asshole.
Who is banning your
where
book?
was it banned, by the way?
I'm not allowed to say the name, so you have to give me a hint.
Okay, Walmart?
No.
No? Costco? Okay. They banned your book because, the
people that sell pink meat.
It's funny. It says here on the back of your book there are quotes. Will Chamberlain said about your book, "If I was alive, even I wouldn't fuck her."
Yeah, that's what I wrote quotes that I thought were appropriate for the book.
Dr. Kevorkian said of your new book, "This author should be euthanized."
That's right. Maria Antoinette was the one they didn't like.
It says, "Let her eat shit."
Yeah, I thought that was a testimonial to their produce department.
So they were afraid that if someone picked up the book jacket, they would see the word shit, and then that would corrupt them.
Meanwhile, they sell ammo to children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Who was ever hurt by that?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But I got so excited because I'm from the generation where they used to ban books in Boston.
Right.
I said, this is fabulous because it's a funny book.
It's funny. In fact, I was looking through the book, as long as we're talking about your book.
Oh, we don't have to.
No. I want to talk about it because there was one quote that I thought was outrageous. And in a politically correct society, to say this, I'm going to quote you now. I thought this was pretty wild. Let me find it because I have a lot of quotes.
I have never been politically correct.
All right, listen to this. You write about in your new book the TV show Glee.
Yeah.
You say on Glee, all the homo kids. Now, this is a quote. Okay, because a lot of people aren't saying that kind of stuff anymore. Okay. On Glee, all the homo kids are smiling and giggly, and they spend every day singing in the halls. When I went to high school, the homos spent most of their days hiding in their lockers crying.
That's right.
You feel a show like Glee should be about kids hiding in their lockers, right?
Everybody's happy. The fat girl is singing.
Yeah, right. It's true. In high school, where is the reality in that? The fat girl had to hide.
Leah Michelle, whose nose continues around the corner.
You're like, what planet is this?
Yeah, this is not the high school I went to.
Well, maybe the feeling is if they present an imaginary high school where everyone has fun, that all the high schools around the country, all the kids will think gay people are fun.
Yeah, let's include the crippled kid on the team. I was on the baseball team. I played so far out. By the time I came in from the outfield, we had to go back again.
Do you think it built your character, Joan, that you were ostracized as a teenager and that you were locked in your locker many times and things like that? Like, in other words, it built character. It can't all be good.
I think it's great sometimes. And I'm being serious now.
Go ahead.
That you get a couple of knocks. I think the stupidest thing is all these little crappy kids who can't play, they all get like a certificate.
A trophy.
You were good, you get a trophy. No.
You were bad.
You know what I hate the most?
What?
When people say to the child, the divorce had nothing to do with you. Meanwhile, your big head stretched your mother's vagina.
and
she's flapping in the wind.
It's so big that the husband didn't want to bang her
That's
anymore.
it. The husband and 4 people were in there.
You make a good point. Now, on Octomom, you wrote that her uterus is like a sausage maker.
Yes.
You're right. It's true.
Right.
I spoke to her the other day. Wait, I'm going to give you a couple of quotes.
Did you talk to her?
I did.
You can't talk to her.
We did speak to her.
Totally crazy. You can't.
Yeah, she's totally wild. She just doesn't shut up.
And why won't nobody's addressing that these children are trapped in a house with her?
I know. Well, thank God she's not Kate Gosselin.
Now, what about this? Can you be sued in your book for writing about Oprah in this manner? Do you know? Did you check this with lawyers?
I checked this with lawyers, and it's a humor book.
I see. Because it says here.
That's how you get away with it.
It's a humor book.
You say Oprah is Stedman's beard.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you say, yeah, sure, Oprah denies it, but even Abraham Lincoln didn't have this big a beard. I know Oprah's opened schools and raised money and given away big, Buicks and things like that, but so what? She can't keep her weight at a reasonable level because that's important to you, right? I mean, someone has to keep their weight at a reasonable level. One day she weighs 140. 2 days later, she's being fitted for a boat cover. How long did it take you to write this vicious book?
Yes, I mean, did this
Honestly.
just pour out of you, or did you have to labor over it?
You're such an angry woman.
I did. It's funny.
Are you angry? Are you an angry woman?
Oh, I think I'm furious.
Yeah, you are. What do you think you're furious about, honestly?
About the stupidity of everything.
Do you think that's sort of
Seriously,
Does it go back to your mother and father? No, I'm being serious for a second.
Yeah.
Do you think,
Like your personal anger.
Do you think you're so angry that it goes back to like your mom and dad not treating you properly?
They were very good parents.
Were they?
Yeah, and I had what they call a very good childhood.
They understood you?
To a
Then
point.
what happened?
I get a feeling they didn't.
My father was a doctor. He worked hard. My mother was a housewife. She did her best.
Right.
They cared about the girls, my sister and I. Did they sit there and worry? Like I worried everything that Melissa did.
Right.
I doubt it.
Is your sister still alive?
My sister's still alive.
Is she totally jealous of you and your career?
Probably. But
she married woman?
She married, 2 children, both did well. She's a lawyer.
Are you angry that she had the marriage that lasted and that she's happier than you?
She's not happy than I am.
She isn't? Oh, she's miserable?
I'm very happy.
Is she happy in her marriage?
She's happy. Well, he died.
Oh, he died.
So
she is happy.
Well, look at the age.
Yeah, right. How many guys last that long?
These men are dropping like flies.
You're not kidding. So when you write a book like this, you sit down, and how long does it take you to write a book?
I wrote it it's a humor book. It's just when I think about everybody.
Right.
And when I think about everything. Children on planes.
Right. Terrible, right?
Well,
what do you do?
Where is Casey Anthony when you need her?
Right.
How are they supposed to get around you?
I don't care. When I had Melissa, we went on a plane. I would bring wrapped gifts. Like, she had a Barbie doll, so I'd wrap up a pair of shoes. every half hour, she got another little present that she had to open and play with. She was my responsibility to keep her quiet.
So you kept her quiet by doing that on the plane. That's very fair to the other passengers.
That's the only way you should do it.
Right. You planned ahead.
Or chloroform it. I mean, you got two choices.
Yeah, because I went to the movies the other day. I went to see Avengers, which is a scary movie to bring a 5-year-old to. And these 5-year-olds, I mean, you can't do that. You can't bring a 5-year-old to a movie like that.
And God forbid you turn around and say, please keep your child quiet or get out.
Oh, I told the woman to get the fuck out.
Good.
Yeah, I really did.
You should.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't punch me in the face, but I mean, I was really pissed. The kid's going, Mommy, I'm scared. I'm scared. And I go, get her the fuck out of here.
Take him out.
Right. I'm angry, too.
I took Cooper out of Mary Poppins. He got scared of that ugly Mary Poppins, so he left.
Your grandson got scared at Mary Poppins?
When he was young.
I'm worried about this kid.
Well, listen, an ugly woman with an umbrella.
Do you get jealous of female comics, particularly female comics who, like, you kind of see, like Lisa Lampanelli right now is very hot, right?
Well, to a point. How many black I fucked him jokes can you do?
So you're not thrilled with her?
She'll cool off. No, she's a one-note comic. She's fine, but she's not... Here we go. She's fine.
Why are you being diplomatic?
Because she's going to come after me, and she's probably a very nice girl.
No, but I'm saying, like some people say Lisa Lampanelli is the new Joan Rivers. You know, they're always looking for the new Joan Rivers. But you feel she has not earned that title.
Oh, no. She's very good on a certain level.
Right.
And Joan Rivers, we don't need a new one. We got one.
And I think this sounds terrible. It's 79. I think I'm unique. I think I'm very lucky.
Well, you are unique.
And I think I'm the best stand-up alive today. How about that?
But you're not gracious, let's say,
no,
to
I'm not
like
gracious.
Lisa. Right. You're like I don't need to be gracious to Lisa. Like you don't feel like, hey, look what I've created. I've created a job for a lot of women.
Are you gracious? I'm
not gracious.
I'm fighting for where I love what I do. I do it great, and I get out of my way.
So if you see Lisa Lampanelli, do you go up to her and say, "Oh, you're doing fine," but you don't embrace her?
I'm doing. She started with me one time.
She did?
About something. I thought, first of all, I didn't even know who she was.
Right.
So then they said, well, Lisa Lampanelli said, they didn't use her on the comedy special. Right. My comedy thing. So she started doing a lot. I kept saying, who is she?
Right.
You know. And then I saw her stuff. And every time you see her, it's still, I fucked a black guy, I got a black guy, I need a fucking black guy. Okay, let's get a second story in here.
You've fucked many black guys.
Oh, my God.
And you don't dwell on it.
Melissa's furious.
She never even talked about it.
I've talked to a point.
By the way.
But Melissa gets upset because she's jealous.
In your new book, you talk about black people, and you say...
I talk about everybody.
Yeah, and you say that you feel black people already have to figure out what to call themselves.
Yes.
You say in the book that, you know, when you were a young girl, everyone said colored, and then all of a sudden they wanted to be Negro. Then you say they wanted to be black. Now they want to be African American. You said, white people aren't that bright. We can't follow along. Pick a name and fucking stick with it.
Pick a name and I'll do it.
You say this in the new book.
The book is hilarious.
So there's wisdom in this book.
Thank you, Howard. There's wisdom.
And talk about when you used to fuck black guys. Melissa's real father is Malcolm X, you reveal in the
well, no, actually it's Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
I went for looks.
That's right. A lot of people don't know that. 79 years old.
Yeah, but I just got my checkup.
And you're still fighting with these young comics.
You're goddamn right.
Maybe that's what keeps you alive.
And when they come over to me and they say, you opened the door, and you want to say, sweetheart, I am still opening those doors. Doors you won't even see for 10 years.
And you say your health is good. Have you been to the doctor?
Yeah, all the time.
And you probably go like constantly, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure you're going to stay alive.
Yeah.
You're checking everything.
Well, Melissa always says things like, if you get pains in your left arm and short of breath, that's good. It means you're losing weight.
Don't check that one.
Don't check that, mother.
Can you even count back how many years it's been since you lost your virginity, or you've lost count?
Well, it's all grown back.
You're kidding. You haven't gotten laid in so long that your virginity
I wouldn't know. This hotel has been closed so long.
Your hymen grew back.
Oh, it's so sad.
I hope you write about that.
I could marry a Hasidic because I'm pure.
You're pure. You could act.
But does Joan Rivers masturbate at 79?
That's a good question.
That's a wonderful question. And we won't go there. Ask Jane Fonda with her new body.
Boy, she looks good, right?
She does, yeah.
She looks
You
great.
got to admire her. In fact, someone said to me the other day, young guy, he goes, this sounds weird, I guess, but I guess Jane Fonda was up here promoting, or he saw her on TV, and he said, I'd fuck her.
Yeah. Don't you look... Oh, all right. This is one of my big pet peeves. Beautiful older women and a real schlumpy guy with stuff coming out of his nose. I might fuck her. And you want to go, she wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, this guy, I think he was missing half his limbs, and he was ready to go fuck.
That's a turn on to me, though.
Hey, listen, compared to who you're dating, it's a pleasure. Are you dating?
I'm not dating now.
Why won't you say it? I want to know, does a 79-year-old woman still need to masturbate? Honestly, but a straight answer, you do.
Everybody.
Wow. I thought that maybe the desire leaves.
The desire never, and the look for romance never leaves.
Wow.
But
is it romantic masturbating?
Oh, yeah. Well, I always put a picture up.
You still pray for romance?
I'm moving to women now, though.
You still pray for romance?
Yeah, I would still love a romance.
You never made it with a woman, did you?
No.
No, never.
Truly never even had like a girl crush. No.
Right. Girl crush is silly.
Yeah, that's so stupid. What are you talking about?
Where did you get your vibrator from?
The boobies get in the way.
Where did you get your vibrator from? QVC?
My vibrator, I got when I did.
You got to put out a line.
I had a vibrator show on vibrators on my daytime show.
Yeah.
So this vibrator that I have is so old. It says, beat the Japs. It was made in World War II.
Let me understand something with you. You're at war with everybody.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that you met Will Ferrell? I'm going back now a couple of years.
Yeah. Very
in 2005 Golden Globes. Will Ferrell was on the red carpet. You were doing interviews. And you said he was very rude. Now, he seems like a guy who's nice to everybody.
Well, I was talking to Mike Nichols, interviewing Mike Nichols on the air. We all know. Live on E. And Will Ferrell, Mr. Important, walked up, turned Mike, and began to have a conversation with him. Not on the air with me.
Oh, that's
Do you understand?
But isn't that kind of funny?
You son of a bitch. Who do you think you are? You big stupid elf.
Do you think that was meant intentionally to be funny? Because that sounds funny to me. That like you're.
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't.
When Robin Williams does something funny, you know it's funny.
Right.
When Dustin Hoffman, no, this was just an egocentric asshole.
But I know you love big moments. You know to recognize a moment. When that guy did, why didn't you confront him on the air?
I tried. He wouldn't stop talking to him. It wasn't funny.
That's funny.
It's funny, but
so you mean you went up to this guy and you're scared? Listen, you.
Look, hello, Mike. Hello.
So
they probably have it somewhere on E on tape.
So you're convinced that Will Ferrell isn't a genius who constructed a situation for you that was brilliant?
No, this was called extraordinarily rude.
Wow.
An ego beyond egos. And you're funny, but you're not that funny.
Is it true that you claim, now, again, I can't even believe this number, that you've had a total of 739 cosmetic procedures?
I did it as a joke.
That is a joke,
and
right?
some moron picked it up and wrote it.
I said, how is that even? You would not be alive.
What would you have
I would be
left
covered
to
in
do?
bandages.
Yeah.
And by the way, let me say, how about how Letterman all of a sudden has embraced you?
We really like each other.
It's about fucking time.
Yeah, but at least he does it. Leno, that asshole.
Scumbag.
Scumbag.
Let's call it the way it is.
That not funny, lucky.
That motherfucker. Come on, let's go, baby. You think you're angry. Come on right now.
What is Leno doing? He doesn't acknowledge.
Never acknowledged, never asked on the show.
I can't acknowledge Joan Rivers. She hasn't done anything.
Yeah, a moron. But all the others, Jimmy Kimmel's been wonderful, Jimmy Fallon's been amazing, Letterman.
I think you're terrific on Letterman.
I love working with him.
I've watched every appearance you did on Letterman, and I used to say to you for years when I always had you on the show, I'd say, I don't understand why David Letterman doesn't have you on, and Leno and all these guys.
Yeah.
You're a terrific guest.
Yeah.
You come out there, you're prepared, and you work it. Like a woman who wants to succeed.
Yeah, I still do it like it's my first shot.
That's it. Do you think Leno doesn't have you on because it's still tied in with him trying to identify with Johnny Carson, that dumb fuck?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But at this point, he'll never have me on because I always say, quote, one funny joke Leno ever said, and nobody can come up with it.
Wait a second, though. As weird as this will sound, I will defend Jay as a young stand-up comic. He was great, right? Am I right or wrong?
As a young stand-up comic, he was very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny.
I would say one of the top guys.
Well, let's not push that either.
Really?
But he was good. He was very good. He was very good. Gary Shandling. There was a whole group that was coming up at the same time.
Does Gary Shandling still? How does he live? I mean,
I love Gary. He must have made a pile of money.
But on what? I asked him. I was at a party with him. I go, "How are you alive?" I go, "How do you eat?" I mean, what? You were on HBO. They're infamously cheap.
And he was on the.
Also ask me how Bill Maher can buy a
$20 million.
Where did Bill Maher? I began to throw up my breakfast yesterday. 6 bagels came out of my mouth.
Now, Bill Maher's a good comic.
I love Bill. He's very smart. Where did you get the money to buy a baseball team?
Well, we were asking this question on the air yesterday. We were doing the finances. We said, like, how much money could Bill? In other words, to shell out $20 million to own part of the Mets, you would have to be worth at least $60-70 million at least. Because you can't give up every $20 million you got.
And maybe he's getting kickbacks from Huffington Post.
we had a theory that he didn't put up $20 million, that maybe he put up $1 million, and that other people are involved in his $20 million.
Right.
Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, then why don't they ever come to me with that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. But
my fashion police.
What are you worth? Seriously.
Nothing. I'm not making
that is such horseshit.
I swear to you, on my grandson.
How are you worth
on my
nothing?
Because I was always salaried. Fashion police. I'm doing it now. It's a career move.
I know.
Joan and Melissa. It's a career move. Everything is a goddamn career move. It's time I got a little cash here. I don't own anything.
Joan and Melissa going into the third season.
Third season.
You don't own a piece of that show?
No.
And you're telling me that here's a show that's successful. 3 seasons now on E!
Yeah.
And they're not going to pay. They're like, no, Joan, this is just a vanity project.
Yeah. But look what it will do for your I'm not starving. I live very high.
I know.
As you know. But I don't have this kind of money. My accountant calls me up all the time. You got to sell either the country house or the city house.
Really? You don't have that kind of bread?
No.
It's remarkable to me.
Because
the clothing line, the
what is that?
Yeah, the jewelry and the clothing line. I've done very well. They've kept me through the lean periods.
Right.
The jewelry and the clothing support me so I can do fashion police and
I feel like all of the money went into your face.
a lot of it went in my face, a little in the breast.
You're seeing it. You're looking at it.
I'm looking at it. Is it true?
Edgar's funeral cost me a fortune.
Tell me the truth, Joan, and clear this up for me. I know on your show, on your television show on E!, you smoked marijuana.
That was on We.
That was on We, right. You're on We and E.
I'm on We and E and QVC.
How about a real network, finally?
Yeah, I'd like to be on NBC, but...
Exactly. Well, they're busy with me.
Exactly, which is great.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And Chelsea Handler's on NBC, too, you know. Hey, so this is interesting. I see you biting your tongue. Hold it. Last time you were here, you let Chelsea Handler have it. You gave it to her good. And you said, how dare you?
I don't care. I don't think she's particularly funny. We all know how she got what she got. She's doing okay. Good.
You're referring to the fact that she was dating Ted Harbor.
Dating?
Well, she was living with Ted Harbor.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Good. I don't care. But don't you come after me, you whore.
Who hates you? Joan Rivers was critical of you at one point, wasn't she?
Well, Joan Rivers. I mean, what the fuck do I care about Joan Rivers?
You don't care? It doesn't bother you? It does bother you.
I saw Joan Rivers the other day at E! And she said, hi, her and that daughter.
Melissa. Yeah.
And
you don't like Melissa?
No, I mean, I don't not like her. I mean,
right.
But I don't think about either one of them ever.
I have heard through the grapevine that the E! Network came to you and told you to shut your mouth about Chelsea Handler.
They told both of us, and I think it was very smart.
Why?
Because, actually, the smarter thing was if we had a big feud. I think that would have been really smart.
Right.
It's like back to banning my book. I think that's great. But they said, please stop it.
You went along with that?
Oh, they're not. So they're lovely at E!
So what?
So I said, absolutely.
But what does that? I mean, I had Chelsea on the show. I asked her about you. That's how this whole thing got started.
Yeah.
And you came out, guns a-blazing, and
now
said, who are you?
And we went to the upfronts, which is where you go and you meet everybody that's connected with the network. And she said something very nice about me at the podium.
Did she come up to you and say this?
No, we don't talk when we see each other.
You're kidding. Still? Even at the upfronts, you didn't talk to each other?
Well, upfronts, 200 people. You can avoid a lot of people.
So there you were.
I can't talk to her. I can't talk to Lisa Lepid.
I mean, you're
How do you go to a party these days?
I don't.
She stays home. She goes to England to go to parties.
I'm surprised she's not there today.
There's some people
Queen of England's having a jubilee.
Yeah, I know. I should be there. She called me last night.
Didn't you?
Where were you?
Didn't you do a stand-up in front of the Queen and said the word fuck?
Fuck, yeah.
And you told her you can behead me now?
Yeah, right now.
Right here,
I said,
behead me.
okay, let's just get it over.
Was
Behead
she
me.
offended by that?
He laughed.
He left.
He
Prince
left.
Charles.
No, Philip.
Prince Philip.
And when they came down the line, the receiving line afterwards, he said to me, very funny, very funny, very funny.
Yeah. Very funny for a Jew.
Very funny for a Jewess.
So you well, get back to this for a second.
The Chelsea Handler thing.
I got to understand how this works.
I'm not going to make a feud here with her.
I'm not saying a feud, but I want the real Joan Rivers on this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I want to know behind the scenes what goes on in your life. You came on here. You said, who is she? How dare she not look at me in the halls?
Right.
How dare she act like she doesn't know who I am? Because everyone knows who Joan Rivers is.
And that she's superior than Tyler. Yeah.
Right. You really let her have it. I know my audience was very excited by this. They were like, wow, Joan, right on, blah, 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 blah. They like the feud.
Right.
But you come in here today, you bite your tongue.
Because I like the people at E. And
What did they say?
Down.
They said,
just let her alone. Let her alone.
Well, why?
E wants it to look like we're a happy family.
But you're not.
Well, we are. I don't need another feud.
So you go
How many times did I cross the street on one block?
It's amazing you're still alive. I'm surprised a hit wasn't put out on you.
You know what I'm
years
saying? There's so-and-so I got to cross over. There's so-and-so I got to cross
So
back.
you go to the upfronts. You're standing there, and Chelsea Handler's in the room. It's uncomfortable. Doesn't she walk over to the icon Joan Rivers and say, look, I'm sorry that this happened? No, she did not.
No.
Again, she dissed you.
But she went on stage and
Wait
she
a
said
second.
something very nice about Joan.
What did she say?
I was backstage, but my friend said she said something like, my friend Joan is here or something.
My friend Joan, who I don't even look at when...
But she said that, and I thought that was very nice and very gracious.
So if people say something publicly, but then behind the scenes won't even look at you...
Well, that's me all the time.
But no, that's not true. That's not true.
Last night, Meryl Streep gave me her garbage to throw away. It was at a party.
No, be honest.
She said, could you let this...
I would have thought Joan Rivers would have said to E, listen, go fuck yourself. I'll say what I want about everyone. And she should apologize to me.
And she should have. But you want to know, then you have to say, I am the grand icon. And I'm not. I am still in that trench fighting.
Did Betty White and you smoke weed together? Is that a true story?
No.
You were
I did the Betty White show.
You did?
Yeah.
And you even
never
say in your new
again.
book, you even
really
never
again. Why? They were lovely. Betty was lovely. All the cast was lovely. First day, I also did Drop Dead Diva, which is first day I get there, and I'm playing her auntie, her twin sister that comes back. So I say to them, where do I come from? Should I have luggage? They said, just read the lines. Now we read the lines, and I start to the way I work. Let me ad-lib, let me see. They call my manager the first day. They said, tell her to do the script as is.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
Then why did you hire Joan Rivers?
Well, maybe they want you to just stick to the script.
Well, mistake.
Wait.
Brilliant.
I want you to explain this.
It wasn't that brilliant.
But explain it to me.
And the cast was lovely. Cast was terrific.
All right, but explain it to me. They wrote a script. They send it to you.
Right.
And you agree to do it.
Because you always figure, when I did Suddenly Susan, you go in, I worked with Kathy, you ad-libbed and you came out with something terrific.
But you know on a lot of these shows.
I did Nip Tuck. What can you do to do it? You've got a writer who's funny. Let her give you an input. And I always say, if you like, let me try it. You don't like it, we'll throw it away. I never say.
But some writers and some shows
obviously
are very scared or afraid to let go of their words. They want them exact.
Fine.
And, so...
Fine. And they had them exact. My big joke was, gee, is the minister here?
You were disappointed because you felt you didn't come off funny.
I came off like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then they called me and they said they want to put it up for a...
Emmy.
And I said no.
It's not Emmy.
It's not my best work.
And
now,
you've won Emmys.
2 weeks later, I go down to do Drop Dead Diva.
Right.
And they said, let's work together. It's going to be so adorable.
What is Drop Dead Diva?
It's on ABC. USA.
It's a scripted show?
Scripted show. But again, you come in on Monday, you're shooting on Friday.
They said, why don't you add some Joan Rivers to this?
And let's see. And if we don't, and I always say, if you don't like it, don't use it.
So you got insulted.
And on the Betty White show, not insulted. I just thought, you morons. I've been on Broadway.
But won't there be
They didn't go
chaos?
for the best.
But won't there be chaos if everybody comes in with their own lines and their own ideas?
Don't hire a comedian who is a writer and give them on Monday a script that isn't particularly funny. And the jokes did not get laughs that they gave me.
They probably thought it was funny, though. You understand?
Yeah, of course. I'm a writer. I've written a script. But if you walked in now and said, let me try this, I'd say, try it. Let's see.
Right. Be a little experimental.
Let's see. It's Monday. By Wednesday, we'll say yes or no.
It's always a bad experience.
It was a terrible experience. And not the
cast.
The cast was adorable because I really loved the cast.
Yeah, well, what do they care?
I didn't say goodbye to anybody when I walked out.
You didn't. You were that pissed.
That pissed.
But you were professional. Right. You did the show.
Did the show, and I was so upset I couldn't memorize the lines.
And haven't you even said you don't particularly? You're angry with Betty White because you were in line to get all these old age parts.
Yeah, and then that bitch came back.
And she's getting every single part.
Well,
she's beating you out on every single audition.
She got the "I'm falling, I can't get up" commercial.
That's
You
right.
know how many times I've laid on my bathroom floor?
And meanwhile, by the way, do you own that device? The I can't get up.
Melissa gave it to me, but she won't give me the batteries.
Because I would think that would be good, just in case you fall.
Just
down.
in case I fall.
But there's nobody around if you fall, right?
Well, I have a Swiffer. Is that what they call those terrible machines? Or a Rolly? What do they call those?
It's I don't know what they call it. But I know
the little mop thing?
The thing you'd sit on. They always have the old lady smiling.
Oh, the scooter.
The scooter-wooter. And there's Grandma smiling because she's right. And the face of the family is always like, oh, fuck, the old bitch is moving again.
People say to me, did Joan really smoke pot on her show? You really, because sometimes on these reality shows can be staged a little bit.
Yeah, ours is...
You went and took the joint.
It was so much fun.
Did you smoke with Melissa?
Oh, she gets very angry. She smokes a little.
She smokes, but she won't smoke with you.
No, she's wrong.
What do you mean she's wrong?
I think we have a great time.
If you smoke together?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to smoke with you because you're her mother.
I know.
She doesn't want every barrier broken.
Yeah.
So who did you smoke marijuana with?
I smoked with my friend Lynn Coplitz on the show.
Is she your age?
Nobody's my age.
But is she?
No, she's Lynn is probably in her late 40s.
And so
we laughed. You laugh. You just.
And how many times did you inhale the marijuana?
It didn't take that often, that much, because I hadn't done it for 40 years.
You would smoke probably back in the Lenny Bruce days or something.
I smoked. Last I smoked was in Lake Tahoe, probably in 1980.
1980 you smoked, and so you took it. And you took what? How many drags on it?
Oh, a lot. I was having a very good time.
And you don't get paranoid. You don't.
I just laugh and laugh and laugh.
You do.
Everything strikes me as funny.
And did you go to Melissa, your daughter, and say, "Look, now I want to smoke marijuana with you. This will be a good time"?
No, I think we're going to go call her when I get off of here.
Yeah, but you didn't discuss it with her.
She has a new clothing line for Zappos, which is great.
Right.
And so I'm going to say to her, when you sell your first, 25,000 dresses, we'll smoke pot together.
Does she smoke weed? She really does?
Yeah.
She tells you, Mom, I smoke weed, but I don't want to smoke with you specifically.
Yeah.
She feels it would bum her out.
Yeah. I think, I'm the mother.
I was reading, and this might be irrelevant to a lot of younger people who listen to the show, but did you make love, back in the day, did you bang Robert Vaughn, the famous movie actor?
No, I would have.
No, not Robert Vaughn. Wait, I got the name. Robert Mitchum.
Robert Mitchum?
You banged Robert. Yeah, Robert Vaughn was Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Right.
Robert Mitchum was a very famous, good-looking movie star.
Fabulous
looking. Rugged, yeah.
You
soul of a poet.
How did you bang the soul of a poet?
I met him on the Tonight Show.
Look at the smile on your face.
Yeah, she's still smiling.
Calm
He was
down.
great.
When you say great, you mean
he was sexy. Great looking man. Go look at some of those old
big
movies.
penis?
Everything was perfect.
No shit. What happened?
And he was a poet. He was amazing.
He just wasn't good looking. He was amazing.
He was amazing.
Did you smoke pot with him? He was a big pot smoker.
Yeah, we
you
smoked
did.
a little pot.
How? Look at the
Now,
smile
what
on your
was
face.
he-
Look at you. And you don't even light. You don't light up like this when I bring up Edgar.
Well, Edgar, I was married to.
Hey.
Robert Mitchum was a one-night stand.
Was it one night?
Yeah, it was great.
Were you disappointed it was one night?
Oh, I would have, if he had said toot toot, let's go.
Right.
I would have said, Melissa who?
Right.
I would have sold it to Octomom.
So wait a minute. I'm trying to. You were married and you had a one.
Oh, let's not go there.
Oh, wow. You had a child.
Yeah, I was married.
You were married. Robert Mitchum wants
Comes
to
on the
bang.
Tonight Show.
Go ahead.
And he's guest, and he's very charming, and we had a drink after, and it was fabulous.
You cheated on your husband.
Yeah. Wow.
Did you go home and tell him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, Edgar. Let me tell you.
Did Edgar ever find out?
And the next time Edgar and I made love, I said, "You know Robert Mitchum."
Hey, Edgar, you're not that. You know Robert Mitchum.
You know Robert Mitchum.
Did
you can't even write a couplet.
Before Edgar died, you never confessed.
No.
So you now talk about this because Edgar is gone.
He's dead. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't hurt
Was there a lot of cheating on Edgar?
No.
Be honest.
No. I mean,
a couple of times?
3 times.
Because you were in show business and
it's 20 years.
Right.
And especially when you're on the road with a play, you get very
lonely.
You get lonely, and it's very intense work.
And it's intense also that Robert Mitchum, a very famous A-list movie star, wants to have sex with you. I mean, it's almost intoxicating.
And he was, as I said, he knew poetry. He knew books. He wasn't what you saw on the screen.
Was he much older than you at that point?
Oh, no, probably.
Yeah, and
he was an older man, but still older. I was probably in my 30s, and he was older. He was probably 52.
Was he a married man at that point, too? Were both of you married?
I think he was always married.
He was always married.
Yeah.
And so he sees you on The Tonight Show, and let's face it, you are very seductive on The Tonight Show.
Yeah,
you're very good you're very good at your craft. Don't be honest.
And I was funny, and I was young, and what the hell?
And so he says
I don't think he'd be sitting and smiling now about me.
Right. Who knows?
He'd probably say, "Joan who?"
But he
never happened. Who? Oh, yeah.
But so when he says to you on The Tonight Show, you're sitting there with Johnny.
Have a drink afterwards.
Let's have a drink. Oh, my God. Your heart must have been a flutter.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Look at your face.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's great. It's great.
I mean, you're like, I could see you were imagining him fucking you.
Yeah, it was great.
I could see it. Did you feel guilty at all?
Oh, you feel terribly sad. Terribly guilty.
About when you go back to bed with Edgar?
Yeah, with Edgar. Terrible.
Yeah, and you're like,
terrible.
How do you get past? Not that bad.
She got over it.
All right. Because you still light up thinking about it.
Yeah.
Did he give you an orgasm, Robert Mitchum?
We can move on to something.
Why? This is fascinating to me that you cheated.
Obviously, it was a nice evening.
Yeah, he has the drink, and you're easy. I mean, you go right.
I'm easy.
Like, you didn't
even have dinner.
My feet were on the table during the drink.
You knew when he asked you for a drink, you were going to fuck him.
2 feet were on that bar.
So you go for drinks. Were you afraid that people would see that you were having a drink with a man?
No, it's business. We just done the show.
Monkey business.
Yeah, we just done the show.
So no hesitation at all, and you're sitting there.
Oh, yeah, you're shocked, but also you're just swept off your feet.
And so,
like, where do they go? Do they go to a hotel?
Of course.
Somewhere in Santa Barbara. I really
went back to his place?
No, we went to a very pretty place in Santa Barbara.
Everyone who was involved is dead. You don't have to worry. What do you mean? You're acting like this is going to be the National Enquirer. It's Robert Mitchum. For God's sake.
Nobody cares. You know when they talk about these names, and they say, they say, who cares?
But remember in that day, Robert Mitchum, he was a big star.
Yeah, and he was great.
Would you have left Edgar for Robert Mitchum, seriously?
I certainly would have thought about it.
Right. And so he takes you back.
But I would have left. I would have given Edgar the house.
Right.
I would have given Melissa.
Hey, that's enough. Who wouldn't want a little beautiful baby like Melissa? So here, Edgar, you raise this thing.
I'm off with Robert Mitchum.
Yeah, give us a call.
Was there any part of you hoping that he would knock you up that night?
No, I never thought about that. Wouldn't that be great?
Well, he fucked you without a rubber, right? I mean, back in those days, they didn't even have rubbers.
Yeah, this was free.
You used cloth.
Right. He fucked you through a sheet. Seriously, he entered you without
can we please?
Why?
That's enough.
No, it isn't. It's not enough.
Did Melissa know? Have you talked to her?
She doesn't ask you.
And did you call Edgar that night and go, hi, honey?
Could be a little late.
Excuse.
I would be a little bit late. You weren't out the whole night, were you?
You walked the dog.
Did you do that? You're going to need to walk the dog tonight.
It's reality.
Did you spend the whole night with Robert Mitchum?
No.
You left. He fucked you and he threw you out.
Well, you remember you really taped from 5 to 7.
Right.
So you had from 7 to 11:30. Not tragic.
Yeah, right. And so he didn't.
I meant nothing to him. I can assure you.
Yeah, right.
But
and then you did the walk of shame, right?
Oh, the walk of shame.
You're all dressed up for the Tonight Show. Your hair's all messed up.
Lipstick's a little.
Lipstick all messy from semen stains on your chin. I mean, it's. Did you blow him?
I'm not going there.
Tell me the truth.
I can't remember.
You remember every detail of that. Tell me when you masturbate, you don't think about Robert Mitchum entering you. You're like, oh, Bob.
Well, now you think how old they are.
I mean, but seriously, when you mentioned that you masturbate, do you ever say, oh, wow, do you think about Robert Mitchum nude? No.
But I do see the movies. It's so funny.
Do you go back and watch the movies?
Yes.
Yes. And do you get wet?
No, but I just think, oh, my God.
Wow.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Look
so
at
great.
you.
Well, at this age, all you got is memories.
Did you ever try to make it happen again with him? Did you ever call? You never call?
No.
Where are you? Mr. Mitchum.
I would say every night, we should have him back on the show.
Too bad we can't.
Hey, come on, guys. How about instead of Cher, let's get Robert Mitchum.
Was he your only famous guy that you had?
The only famous... No, there's another one. There was an actor. But
Who was the other one?
New York actor.
What was his name?
Gabe Dell.
Gabe Dell?
Yeah.
You're going to put him in the same league?
No, you asked.
Did you call him Bob or Robert Mitchum? Or you didn't just Mr. Mitchum?
Mr. Mitchum.
It sounds like
Mitchum.
It sounds like you only knew him for a few short minutes, so it's like you probably didn't call him anything, right? But have you ever touched yourself thinking about Robert Mitchum?
I'm not going to go
Why?
there.
Why not? Why not go there?
No. But because
What do you
he's
mean, no?
old now, and you just...
Old?
It's so...
Isn't he
he's
dead?
dead. He's dead.
old now.
That's old.
He's dead. Who cares if you jerk off to Robert Mitchum?
You don't want to jerk off to dead people.
I mean, my God. Oh, you wouldn't jerk off because he's dead.
Well,
But did you sometimes, when you were in bed with Edgar, go, oh, if this was Robert Mitchum?
well, one does have fantasies.
Yeah. But none of your cheating was an ongoing affair. It was always a one-night stand? Or
Gabe Dell was a big affair.
Gabe Dell.
And I left Edgar over that.
You did?
Really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
So how did you end up back with
3
Edgar?
weeks, and then I just thought, this is crazy.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, Gabe
Look
was...
at you, you wild woman.
Yeah.
Man, you out there fucking like a rabbit.
Oh, you have no idea.
I mean, Gabe
I barely
Dell?
had a chance to write jokes.
I mean, Gabe Dell said to you, listen, I want to be with you.
No, I think it scared Gabe.
It did.
But yeah, we started together on a Broadway show, and you have this big, intense, you're on the road, and you're bringing it in, you're working late at night and all that stuff, and you're kissing on stage, bing, 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 bing. And then the show closed, and they continued a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it got too...
it was too...
And he liked me. He used to sit in front of my house. I was with Edgar and smoke cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Like a stalker.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was scary.
He wanted you.
He
And Edgar
wanted
never
me.
never caught on to any of this? The
I think
guy
Edgar
sitting in
knew.
the-
I think Edgar knew somewhere it was Gabe.
Let's dig up Gabe and let's dig up Robert Mitchum and we'll have a whole show.
Let's see what they were buried with and get the jewelry.
So you think Edgar knew that you were cheating
I
with
think
Gabe
he knew
Dell?
that. I think he knew.
Wow. Oh,
Well, that's the way it goes.
did he ever confront you?
No. No, Edgar's English.
You whore. Hey, you whore.
Melissa, tell the whore to come downstairs.
Come here. Your mother the whore.
Go get the whore.
Wasn't it true you had a night of passion with Larry Fine of the Three Stooges?
No. Oh, yes. And that, you see how I glow?
Talk about Larry Fine and him entering you.
How with a
How
banana.
he didn't use a rubber.
He used a banana
He had a big red
peel.
nose on. No, but
How could you? Don't you laugh when you realize these guys had sex lives?
no, I understand.
Like
but
the Three Stooges.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They
You know,
actually had sex with people.
if you know anything about the Three Stooges, the amazing thing is that Curly, the shaved head one,
Right.
he was the ladies' man. That Mo was married, Larry was married. Curly would fuck like a rabbit, and he was so tortured because in the Three Stooges they wanted him to have a shaved head and they wanted to keep him fat, and he was a phenomenal ballroom dancer who loved women and fucked like crazy, and he was the ladies' man. And who would believe that? If you read the history of the Three Stooges, which I have because I love them, and I would have thought you would have been one of the conquests of Curly.
Oh, what about the Marx Brothers?
Do you still remember? Was Robert Mitchum the best-looking guy you ever banged in your entire life?
Just the most masculine. It was the whole
Masculine,
package.
right.
He was the package. Yeah.
Right.
Everything.
And when he was a cigarette smoker, and so were you back in the day, right?
No, but I let him smoke.
You did. He smoked after he banged you.
Yeah, he used to put the ashes in my belly button. Oh, Bob, you silly boy.
Go ahead. Use me as your ashtray, Bob.
Use me as your ashtray. I don't care.
He could have wrecked your life.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
What a scandal.
But you know how great to have a couple of good memories like that.
Oh, absolutely. Do you remember like the size and shape of his penis?
No.
You don't? Like, is it not that detailed?
Those were different kind of days. You didn't kind of like look that much.
But when a guy is that hot and when he enters you, do you come immediately? Do you
can we just change?
You have an orgasm immediately?
Can we go back to my book, please?
Was that the first time you had an orgasm?
No. Oh,
Edgar never gave you an orgasm in a minute.
Why were you out of your mind?
Yeah, I'm out of my mind. Don't you know? What am I doing on a family television show? Was he much bigger?
Let me ask you.
Was Robert Mitchum bigger than Edgar?
Yes, he was.
His penis, I mean. Was it thicker and bigger?
Why don't you call? I wonder. What do we tell the wife's alive?
I'm going to dig them all up and compare penis size. Is it true that you let Ed Sullivan finger you? That is
he wouldn't have remembered.
Let's get back to your book. Oh, he would have remembered.
Ed Sullivan at 50 was early Alzheimer's.
He was, right? Was that true, or was it just that
No. He would. I remember one time they treated him like gold. He was saying had to do a commercial, and he did it 5 times, and 5 times he did it wrong. They were going to put it into the show.
Was it that he couldn't really? He wasn't showbiz and he couldn't read, or
couldn't. He just couldn't do it. And he had a wonderful son-in-law named Bob Precht, who treated him let's try it again, Ed. Let's try it again.
Wow.
And the 5th time, finally, Bob said, that's fine, Ed.
And you saw this personally because you used to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Was that like the most pressure in your career, the Ed Sullivan Show?
It was insane.
More than even Johnny Carson, because that was a primetime Sunday night show. The world was watching. Talk about make or break an appearance.
Talk about, it was live, so everybody was... You did dress rehearsal, which was dead people and Girl Scouts.
Right.
So nobody laughed.
Right.
So they said, well, Joan Rivers is going to do 7.5 minutes tonight. Now you get the nighttime audience, and it goes to 11 minutes.
Wow.
Well, if you've gone longer, that means Edie Gourmet can't sing He Came Into My Life. You just sing I Came Into.
Yeah, you got to be dead. And Ed could hold a grudge. If you didn't do a good job or you screwed someone else over, if you went to 11 minutes, he would have fucked you good.
When they... one time somebody went short and they came backstage to me and it was all live.
Right.
And they said, stretch. And you know what I said to them? Tell my husband. Because Edgar would have killed me if I added material.
Weren't you on one night with Senor Wences and you ended up making love to him?
Yeah, sure. To his hands.
The one-night stand with Senor Wences?
Yeah, right.
Hello.
But, I mean, do you remember like who you used to appear with on there? I mean,
Woody, I have a picture of the Fifth Dimension, Woody Allen and me, and we're all watching the screen backstage, terrified.
And so it was a great show.
It was a great show because you had to be live. You had no second chances.
When you did the Ed Sullivan Show, did your career change dramatically the next day?
Carson gave you New York, L.A., the big cities. Ed Sullivan gave you America. He put his arm around you. He has a little Joan Rivers.
Right.
The Midwest said welcome.
And he really, you think now that you think back on it, he was suffering from Alzheimer's disease back then?
He was at the end. Yeah, it was very, and she was wonderful. His wife, she protected him. She watched him.
It's an amazing story. Ed Sullivan was like a gossip columnist who got his own TV show. He was horrible on TV.
No personality.
But it made it good. He was so stiff and so out of it.
Right.
You loved it.
You love it. And the show was a great show. It was before everyone had their own specials. You saw everybody. You saw opera, and then Dolly Parton came out, and then Joan Rivers came out.
That's
was
why
sort of like America's Got Talent.
That's why I was just going to say I like doing America's Got Talent because it has all these variety acts.
That's what makes it interesting.
It's fun.
It's fun, and it's not the same thing.
Oh, I lived for that Ed Sullivan
you could
show.
see Joan Rivers and bell ringers, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Omar who spun the plates.
Yeah, and Topo Gigio and all those cool
And then
things.
right after that, Richard Burton would come out and do something from Shakespeare.
Would you send like Ed Sullivan a gift after you appeared? Like, I mean, you probably felt so grateful to him.
I loved him, and he loved me. And they would buy you your clothes for the show.
Wow.
And if they liked you,
you got to keep them.
They would walk upstairs, and they would say, Mr. Sullivan, it was a whole thing, would like you to have your gown.
Oh, wow.
But you never knew. You took it off, you hung it up, you put it in the closet. And then they would come in and say, Mr. Sullivan would like you to have your gown.
How many times did you appear on Ed Sullivan?
31 times.
31 times.
Made my life.
That's an accolade.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
And I adored him, because he liked me.
I mean, and how many female comics even got on at that point?
Little Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers. Who else got on there? Toady Fields, maybe.
Toady was before me. Woody.
Woody, right.
And Woody was... And Ed was.
But Woody Allen thinks he's a shitty. He thinks of himself as a shitty comic, a stand-up comic.
He was very. Oh, he was
and
wonderful.
he was terrific on those appearances.
Wonderful.
Because he was prepared.
He was prepared, and he was funny.
Out of 31 appearances, did you get to keep the gown every time, or there were times where he didn't feel you did
always
well?
got the gown.
Always got the gown.
He really liked me. Always got the gown.
Well, that's an amazing story. Johnny never gave you a fucking gown.
No, Johnny never even gave me a toilet seat.
Yeah, but he gave you Robert Mitchum for that.
That's okay.
I heard Johnny paid Robert Mitchum to be with you that night. That's the story.
And filmed it.
And filmed it, that's right.
He was with Mitchum's wife.
Yeah, Joan started the whole X-rated things on the internet.
Whole,
that's right.
YouTube and the X-rated
right.
porn.
All right, let's get through Joan's long appearance schedule because
thank you.
This new book.